Welcome to the VLenore Show. Here, we will discuss lifestyle, beauty, celebrity gossip, and current events in our own way, my way, freestyle. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Well, hello, lovers. How y'all doing today? Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the VLenore Show, and I'm your host, VLenore. How are y'all doing? How y'all doing? Who's in here? Did y'all hit the like button? Don't play with me today. Don't play with me today. Hit that damn like button. How y'all doing? Let me see who's here. Hey, daughter was here, getting everybody together, welcoming everyone in the chat. That's my girl. Hey, girl. Who else? Meditative Mindset. Welcome. Miss Nisi. Just as Shar. Beauty is her name. How you doing? Sonia's Boots is here. Hey, sound checking that. I was trying to get my sound together this morning, girl. I swear you just be sleeping on the job. Okay? Just be sleeping. Where was you when I was having sound problems, girl? How you doing? It's good to see you. Hi, Cherie. How are you? Mary Willis is here. Hello, Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame. How you doing? G Create. Hi, Mimi. Hi, just Nikki. Hey, Beauty. Make Beauty Forever. How are you? Hi, Cam VC. Cynthia A. I thought you was mad at me. You ain't mad at me, are you? Girl, don't be mad. Hey, girl, how you doing? Cynthia A. Let me say this. I understand where you were coming from, okay? I want you to just think about the bigger picture, okay? There's more folks have to consider sometimes, you know what I mean? So thank you, though. I thank you for your words because you were actually very encouraging as well. I read your comments, so just know, okay? All right. Hey, life ain't over. Hey, Queen Lily and Queen B. Hi, Rizzy Ross. Rozzy, how are you? Hey, Prima Wanda. Praying for you. Okay. All right. Hi, Cass T. Hi, Scorpion 78. Hey, my 40s. My name is not girl. Hey, girl. Hey, JMan 55. Work in progress. God's property. Yes. Miss Mad About Music. Hey, Donna Nietzsche. How are you? D-Dub, Pamela Summer. All right, y'all. Hey, Delicate Dale. Okay, so if I didn't speak to you, hey, Jane. Hey, let's talk about it all. Okay. Yeah, Cynthia A. You had left a message, girl. Didn't you leave me a message on the under the video from the other day? I think it was. So no, I got you. Was you right when you? Okay. Hey, Bella. Hey, Granny the Great. Hi. Bella, where you been? Tell me I'm finally on time. What's she saying? Work in progress. I will not let my V-Styler family be a bad influence on me today. Anywho, anybody talking the work in progress? Y'all keep work in progress in line today in the chat. All right, you guys. So, we have been covering the story of Christian Gold, who is the husband of Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives. And we've talked about some of the allegations. We've talked about some of the previous incidents he's had. There's a lot we're going to cover today. We have 3 guests that are here that we will be interviewing. First and foremost, I just want to thank Alteria. You all know Alteria, who is really been a help to coordinating a lot of this. So I want to shout out to her. She's going to come on and talk to us. She's at an appointment, but she's also here listening. Okay. She'll be in at the end. So will Kiki. Kiki is back, y'all. Kiki and Alteria, I want to talk to them because there have been some threats that have been made towards them, allegedly. Okay. Allegedly, I wasn't there. Okay. Let me just say that. No disrespect to anybody. They know. Okay. I have to say allegedly. I wasn't there. But allegedly, Auntie Lauren's, I don't know if it's children or just one son, but her offspring allegedly has been out here threatening the folk. Okay. Threatening the folk. So we're going to talk about that. But first, we have a special guest who has not been here before. Okay. He is an actor. He has been seen in Tyler Perry projects. So you may recognize his face when you see him. My understanding, you've been on, Tony, I can see you. You've been on is it All the Queen's Men? Is that how you say it? I can't hear you. Hold on. I don't want, correct me when you come up. I can't bring you up just a second, but you have seen him in some things, okay? And I recognized his face as soon as I saw it. Okay, so he's going to come on because he has a story to tell. He was once associated with someone very, very close to Jen. He knew Jen. He hung out with Jen. And he obviously invested in Christians' projects. And he feels that he has been scammed, okay? And he's going to talk about it. And do you know these folks are acting like they don't know him? Ain't that weird? We're going to talk about it, all right? So without further ado, I welcome to the stage the one and only actor, Tony Keys. How you doing, Tony Keys?
Hey, Lenore, what's going on, everybody?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for coming. I know it was last minute. When I started hearing things about your story, I was like, can he come on the show? I want to talk to him. Okay.
Thanks for having me.
So let me make sure I got some of the background right. Okay.
Okay.
So my understanding is that Jennifer Williams of Basketball Wives has a bestie, right? One of her besties. And his name is Luke. Is that right?
Sir Luke Destin. Yeah.
Okay, Sir Luke. Okay. So Sir Luke and you were once a couple. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. How long did you date Sir Luke?
90 days.
Oh, okay. So it was a short period.
Yeah.
Okay. And so this was back in like 2022. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So talk to me a little bit about, first and foremost, how you met. We're not going to get, look, let's be clear. I want you to know, I'm not trying to get into your relationship. I don't want to, that's not where I'm going. I just want people to understand how you knew him and a little bit.
Just connect the dots.
Yeah, that's all I want to do. Okay. We ain't trying to know any intimate stuff. Okay. So first and foremost, how did you meet Sir Luke?
I met Luke back in Scottsdale, Arizona. He was friends with the drummer Brandon from One Republic, and I was working security at a nightclub, and he was just with a bunch of people, you know, dressed up, and I got assigned to that certain area to take care of the guests that were there that night. And you know, I just walked over there being nosy, and I played my cards, and he fell for it, and you know, we just started talking from there and kept in contact. And yeah, kept in contact for like 6, 7 years.
Oh, so wait, what year was this then? That was
This
like
happened 2016.
Okay, so you've known him for a while, but you
Yeah,
guys just weren't in relationship until
correct.
6 or 7 years later.
Yeah. Fast
Gotcha.
forward it, yeah, 2022, we met up.
Mhm.
You know, I came to Atlanta, and you know, he talked a good game, but you know, he was bullshit on the first day, on the first night. We moved in. I moved in with them, and I was ready to go. But then I said to myself, let me just ride this out and see what Atlanta is about. Let me go ahead and continue chasing my dreams and my career, and just see what this man is about. And it was like bullshit every day. I mean, he had a drug it. He has a cocaine habit. This drinking
Allegedly,
habit. Can't keep a job.
allegedly, he
Allegedly.
allegedly has this thing.
But I filed a lawsuit against him and won, so he's in a bad place
Wait
right
a
now.
freaking minute. You had a lawsuit against him too?
He stole some furniture from me. No
How
payments
you
are being made on
steal furniture?
it. Well, he talked me, swindled me into buying some furniture in my name, financed it from this home and gallery furniture store in Decatur and stuff. It was like $3,000 couches, and
What?
with yeah, he was talking about love and God, talking about, we're moving fast in a relationship, it's going in the right direction, which I kind of felt like, he set me up from the get-go and I fell for it.
So, okay. So obviously moved to Atlanta. Then later you moved to Atlanta. You guys hook up. When you came to Atlanta, were you acting before you got there, or did you just start acting once you were in that
So
in
I've been
Atlanta?
acting for 13 years. So
Oh,
coming
okay.
to Atlanta, I already have family back home in Texas. Um, I had some contacts here just through the grapevine of like Facebook, all the Facebook groups, and um, I actually met Tyler Perry on my own. He was talking about he was going to introduce me to him. Never happened. I just did what
Do you
I've
still
been
work for
doing.
him? Do you still work for him, Tyler?
Whenever I'm booked, I'm not a
Okay.
full-time actor, but I'm just going to be pretty blunt out there. But he knows who I am, and I wish he gave me my shot and my opportunity because I worked my butt off for it. I think I'm the better selection, the better pick.
Okay. I was gonna ask you if he tried to holler at you, but I'll let that be.
Well, he needs to. He better quit playing games.
All
I don't tattletale.
right. Okay. Okay. All right. So okay. So when did this? Okay, you start dating him in 2022. It moved fast, obviously. Within those 90 days, you thought it was serious, obviously. From based upon what I'm hearing him say, did you feel very seriously about him?
I did. You can only forgive someone so many times, but I was just in a position where uh I could pay my own bills. I have my own job, so it's like long as I can support myself and I have to worry about contributing to someone else's habits, I can do bad by myself on my own. And
Right.
I kept pushing forward. Even when I
Mm-hmm.
caught COVID, and once I got
Oh
out of
Lord.
quarantine, I just said like, enough was enough. Now I'm well, I'm ready to get out of here, and I moved out, moved all my belongings.
Wait a minute. So y'all moved in together? Now, okay. Now this is what I heard. Okay, I'm gonna get out y'all's relationship in a second. But I'm like,
He
damn.
deserves no clout. He deserves no clout. He's a nasty, evil person. Like I said, I filed a lawsuit against him, garnished his wages, and it's going up in tens of thousands to where he can't even get unemployment, can't even get a job because, he would owe me straight up through Fulton County.
Got you. Okay. So tell me when you met Jen. How soon during this relationship did you meet Jen?
I met Jennifer because he worked at Neiman's. He would steal stuff for Jennifer, and Jennifer would go up there at the last minute when it's closing, like undetected. Uh,
I heard the rumor.
it ain't no rumor, it's true.
I heard this is allegedly
That little
Jen. I
kitty
don't know
cat
if it's
purse that she
true.
had, that little Hello Kitty bedazzle, thing she got on her, that's stolen. That ain't She didn't pay for that. I know how much it cost too, like 7,500, 7,400, but she didn't pay for that right up, straight up. But anyways, I can't really remember. I'd have to look back on some data, but I've been to her place. She knows who I am. I know all her business.
Hold on. I want to clear something up. People in the chat, no, we are not talking about Christian yet. Okay. We haven't even gotten to him meeting Christian. He is speaking of Jen's one of her best friends,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Okay. So we're speaking about one of Jen's best friends who is like a stylist for her, I'm guessing,
He
a
used to
shopper,
be
maybe a
he
shopper.
used to yeah, he used to work at Neiman's, lost his job, but he used to be his stylist for, I don't want to mention this person's name, but he lost his job, his career and all that stuff due to drugs and alcohol and laziness at work, tardiness, absences.
Sir Luke did.
Sir Luke did.
Okay.
And that's
All
how
right.
I met him, because that's how he kept up with his lifestyle, his facade. And it all went down the drain when you let people take advantage of you living that
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Hold on one second. Hey, Kiki, are our people just nod for me? Okay. You know what I'm asking? Okay. All right. Okay. So you meet Jen, you're hanging
Oh,
out
we
with
met.
them.
We met Jen. I met her for the first time. We met at Nobu in Atlanta, the one that just opened up. We all ate together. I saw NeNe Leaks there. The food is good on picture, but as far as to eat, I was like, "Ugh, this is too much, expensive."
Mhm.
I think that was the same night. Yes, I met Christian. He was wearing a black turtleneck, trying to look all smooth and shit. And Jennifer was there. Luke was there. One of Luke's clients that came into town was there. We ate, blah blah blah. We gathered on out. NeNe Leaks was there. Walked past us, said hi.
Oh, that's right.
Uh,
Isn't Jen and NeNe are friends, aren't they?
they got stuff going on in the background, allegedly that I hear. I don't care. None of my business.
What you mean?
Um,
What you mean? Stuff like that? What kind of
oh,
stuff?
I know
Projects? Is that what you
pro-
mean? Like work stuff?
projects and just
Oh,
work stuff.
okay.
Because I didn't really at that time. I don't think they were really talking to each other, from what I was hearing.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay,
But
let me step back a minute. So I said something, we alluded to something a minute ago and I didn't clarify. So allegedly, what I had heard through the grapevine was that allegedly Sir Luke would provide clothing, designer things for Jen.
that's right.
Allegedly, they are not. Basically, he's a booster. Allegedly, is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
He takes stolen clothes and provides them to Jen at, I'm
yeah.
guessing, a discounted price because I mean,
Mm.
shit, it was free for
It's
him and he makes a profit, but she doesn't have to spend as much.
right.
Correct?
That's right.
Allegedly. Jen, don't come for me. I'm just saying that's what I heard. And it's alleged. And I'm just saying that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true, but you say it's true.
It's true.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, the
So,
Hello Kitty was like the biggest thing.
yeah,
So it's like I was like, damn.
okay. So I have a little video. Tell me when this video happened here. Let me
DJ Popo.
Okay, so where were you guys at?
That was somewhere on the Upper West Side, I think, or it was off of some railroad tracks. I just moved to Atlanta.
Okay. Okay. And that
Queenie
was
was
him.
there.
Who was?
This young artist, female Queenie.
Oh, I don't know her. I'm old. I don't know. I don't know these people. Okay. about how well, you're an actor. I know y'all don't like to talk about y'all's age, but can you tell me your like age bracket? Never mind.
Between
You're younger. You're young. I'm 55. I would believe that you are significantly younger than I am. Okay. Anyway, so okay. So you meet Jen. You guys are all hanging out, and then you say you meet Christian with Jen. So they were obviously not married at the time, right?
Correct. They were not married at the time.
They're dating in 2022. And so how did you come to get to the place where you wanted to invest with him? Just curious.
So Luke was out of nowhere after I met Jennifer and started meeting all these people. I mean, I even hung out with Swiss Beats as a little brother and met his partner.
Wait a minute.
How you looking? Yeah, I never seen the black. Nasty, but you gotta get the.
So those are that was a situation where Jim was unboxing some boots that her, say it again.
Some Beyonce boots that she got
for what was that? Is that Renaissance? Was that the Renaissance tour? Or the tour?
I'm not sure.
Was she getting the boots to wear to a Beyonce show? When you say Beyonce boots, is that what you mean? Like the silver boots when the whole thing was silver for the tour? Yeah. Okay. They are fly. So let me see.
How you looking? Yeah, I never seen the black. Nasty, but you gotta get the. How you looking?
Hold on.
How you looking? Yeah, I never seen the black. Nasty, but you gotta get the.
Okay, so the person holding the boots on the right, that is Swiss Beats' younger brother, right?
Correct.
We can't see him, but that's his arm. We see his arm. And
how you looking? Yeah, I never seen the black. Nasty, but you gotta get the.
Next to Jen, that is Sir Luke, correct?
Correct.
And who's taking the video?
Me.
Okay, so it's your video. So y'all are in there and just kind of kicking. It sounds like y'all had a small circle, like you had intimate time with these people. You're in their house while they shopping. Okay.
I'm at Jennifer's house.
Okay. And so again, you said so tell me again how you come to talk to Christian about investing again. I'm sorry.
So Luke out of nowhere started talking about how Jen's dating this guy named Christian. Then he starts referring to Christian as his brother, that he's doing so good. He's an investor. He's taking this money and he's making it grow. And he was like talking about him like on and off for a couple of days. And till all of a sudden, we hung out finally and went to Johnny's Corner Pocket. And there was this other little Jennifer's best friend, this little short broad, and she was talking about how she gave Christian $3,000 and made it grow to like $10,000 and all this stuff. So it was literally like a setup to set me up to see if I would invest in with them and go from there. And one day I was just at church and I had already had broke up with Luke and moved out and stuff. And I knew
But you
Luke was
still
bad, but I
talking
didn't
to
think. Yeah, I was
you
still connected with Christian.
Christian.
I didn't
Okay.
think none to them that there would be any wrongdoing as he would to me. And I sent him $1,500.
Okay, so let me ask you this real quick. Christian
So
and
they were talking about Forex. I'm familiar with Forex,
yeah,
HFX,
yeah.
making money in minutes, trading off of countries, currencies, and all that stuff. So when we was discussing about Forex at the table and XRP and all that stuff and day trader, it was a conversation that I knew what they were talking about. And Christian had mentioned some top earners that I've actually came in cahoots with at one time before I even moved to Georgia. So I believed him because he was talking that talk. He was talking that lingo that I understand that I knew. So when someone's speaking the same languages, you understand what I'm saying. You kind of have like a trust with them. I can trust him. At the end of the day, when someone's speaking the same language as you, and you're being taught by one of the top earners that he was being mentored by. So I was like, oh shit, nobody don't just mention these people's names and not know what they're doing for a living. So I trusted Christian, and once he walked me through that, I'd have to send him some money to trade for me for full time for life. That I was going to be good. He was talking about that he was managing like 400 people and all this stuff. And I was like, wow, that's a lot,
Man,
to be
wait.
trading.
He's saying that there's 400 people that are a part of his groups, his investment group. Okay,
Yeah.
because Alteria, and she and I talked about this yesterday because she mentioned that in passing. And she said, because I was under the impression that he had like 200 people. But she said yesterday that you mentioned that it's 400 people that he claims that were investing with him.
Yeah, like 400 people. And that's what I was like. I was like, wow,
That's a
that's a
lot of
lot.
freaking
Like
people. Yeah.
you can't do all that at once unless you have like some super computer, super AI that, it's impossible. But I believed him.
Okay. I got another question. Ooh, they're going to be mad at me with this question. Jesus, help me. So there are people that believe that allegedly he could be playing both sides of the he plays on both teams, if you
He
will.
does. Anyone who likes going to MJQ and all this other stuff, yeah, I believe he rolls both ways. Luke even brought it up, but he was, I don't think uh he would do that to Jennifer, but yeah, I think he would, because I made a pass to him and he kind of gave him that look. And come on.
You tried to come on it, Christian?
No, not me. Luke did.
Not while wait a minute. How is he the best friend of Jen and he trying to holler at her man? Or
I don't
try?
know what way holla, but I don't know. Guys give each other these looks, and he thinks he's suspect, and I was like, whoa, what?
I have gay friends who have often said to me that, their gaydar is very strong, and eye contact means something sometimes, and there's a vibe that you can detect. So apparently, look at Alteria. Okay. Christian, I ain't say it. I just said that the people were thinking it, and I'm not trying to be funny, but when I saw his wedding attire, it took me there. I'm just saying. Did Sir Luke provide Christian with that outfit? You probably don't know because you ain't talked to him, but
Well, he wanted to dress him because he was like, he just has that shape, that body that's just, I was like, you are disgusting. Like, stop checking out men all the time. Like,
and he's your man at this time, right? So why? Okay,
it
never
was
mind.
something off the rails. I couldn't claim him. I was not claiming him.
Okay. Well, you moved in with him. How soon did y'all move in together when y'all decided y'all were going to be a couple? That was
So
quick.
he had already had a place, and I don't know, Kurt, it was a lot.
Okay. All right. So back to this. Okay. So Christian, you give him the $1,500. What was the promise he made to you about
That
that
he was gonna trade for me for life.
for
And
life? The hell?
yeah, I know, right? Like I said, I fell for it.
For $1,500? He gonna
Yeah,
trade for you for life?
yeah,
Shit, he's not supposed to be trading for anybody. He's supposed to teach you how to trade, but
right.
he's trading for people, literally moving money and investing, allegedly. Okay. So when did you start to detect that you had been taken? Like, did you get any profit back for anything
N-
that you invested?
no, I didn't get nothing back. So crazy thing, after I gave him the money, he walked me through to download the app and everything, and I was like, okay, what's next? I'm ready to trade. Can you give me an update on what's going on? And he tried to say, we need to fund your account. And I was like, what do you mean fund your account? You just told me to send you $1,500 and you're gonna, trade for me. And he was like, no, that's the $1,500 is the trade. I trade for you for life. You still have to fund your account.
For life?
And
Why would okay, this is what I want to understand. Why does that even make sense? That he would take $1,500 and say, you never have to pay me again, and I'm just gonna move your money till I die. or you die. You didn't feel any way about that? I'm not picking on you. I'm just asking, did you not like question that a little bit? You know?
Maybe I should have asked 1, 2 more questions, but it was on a Sunday. I just left from church and I was in a good headspace, and I didn't think that they would do me any wrong.
Right.
And it's really in just in a vulnerable mind space, because I just moved out a Buckhead with Luke and all that stuff. Just got fighting COVID. Then boom, my car breaks down. I asked for my money back.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, don't make this kind of moves if you're not ready to make it. Asking for your money back, there's going to be a fee associated with it because it's going through and back out through the pipeline and all this stuff. And he tried to give me a date of when he was going to give me my money back. Then when I found out that it was suspect, his communication got more faint. Like he stopped texting me back. At one point, he got frustrated, and I'm trying to keep my cool. That I wasn't trying to piss him off or anything. The way he wouldn't block me or something, I can't get a hold of him. But he was saying, I'm trading for you. I'm doing all this for people. I'm in meetings, and then I found out that he went out of town with Jennifer to Miami or some crazy shit like that. And I was like, whoa, this man just flew off with my money. Once everything started clicking in my head.
Let me ask you this. So Armani, obviously, right?
I don't think I ever met him.
Really? I thought he was one of her best friends too. And allegedly he introduced Jen to Christian, and allegedly I heard he could be living with them right now. Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay. We're in a different day and age, and I think that everybody should I with Black folks, okay, we certain things are uncomfortable to talk about, right? And sometimes straight men have difficulty interacting on a consistent basis with homosexual men, right? But apparently there are a lot of homosexual men around this situation. So do you think that, and I'm asking because you made mention that you and Sir Luke kind of thought, okay, maybe this is, maybe he does go both ways, right? Do you think Jen detects that, if it at all? I'm just curious.
No, I think she's just a big airhead.
So do you think she's being taken by him?
I don't even know. At this point, I don't know.
Do you think that she is in agreement and aware of what's going on when people are trying to invest with him?
Yes.
You think she's
yes.
Why?
Yeah, she's in an agreement because she knows what's going on, because I asked her for help when I broke up with Luke. This man would not leave me alone. I'm talking about constant text message, phone calls, every 60 seconds, girl. I'm telling you. Then when I told Luke that I send money to Christian, he was like, all blew up about it. And I asked Luke, hey, can you help me get my money back? And he was like, well, can you come back to me? Can you come hang out at least? Or can you come see us or see me? And I was like, no, I want nothing to do with you, man. Just help me get my money back. And I hung out with him one good time because he said he was going to help me get my money back. He just wanted to hear me explain what happened. And I told him, and he was kind of like, I don't know why you gave that man that money. Like, he's a scammer. Like,
oh my God, hold
they're
on.
all scammers.
Okay, so the booster is saying that other folks are scammers. Is that what you're saying?
I got in real close in cahoots with these folks, and this man, like I said, once he started doing coke and drinking, doing that truth serum, like he started telling me all the business like he always does, and I just sit there and absorb it. And he was like, these folks are scammers. Like, he's a scammer. Like, Jennifer's not much as a scammer, but I just buy shit for her and discount it at a marked price, and I get my markup and all that shit. But he said, I'll try to see, but it's not gonna be easy. Like, I'm for real. And once a scammer scams you, like they're not giving shit back.
So why is he hanging? Is he still friends with Jen right now?
Of course. I mean, they're so close as he got his car repossessed twice, and she cashed out him $1,200 so he can make the payment on it to get it
Really?
back. Hmm.
Wow. Now you're saying that, and I understand that you're saying this Sir Lucas, who told you that Christian was a scammer,
Yeah.
and and I guess I'm trying to understand, you're thinking Jen knows this and is just okay with it?
She knows this and she is okay with it. She said when I asked her, because she was at Neiman's with him late night doing whatever they were doing, and he had me on speaker because I said, put me on speaker with Jennifer, and he did it. And she was like, "Look, Thomas, I'm not getting involved with that. That has nothing to do with me."
Mhm. Why would he why would anybody wanna hang out with people who they think are being dishonest towards others? And, I know that, sin is sin, and it's not good to break the law at all, but sometimes we do look at certain crimes worse than we look at others. And while he's stealing or getting discounts or whatever he's doing to provide, allegedly provide clothing for Jen, it sounds like they are taking advantage of people. He's taking advantage of whatever access he has to bring to them. Why is he hanging? Why is that his bestie if he knows they're scammers and speaks that they're scammers and telling you their business? I'm
Like I
just
said, me and Luke knew each other for a long time, and uh, like I said, once he met me, he was crazy about me. I mean, he tried every other way to get at me, and it was like nonstop 6 7 years. Like he showed high interest in me for several years, and one moment when I was just in Arizona, pursuing going back to med school, and it was after COVID, so the film industry wasn't popping off yet at the time,
Mhm.
and he just called me out the blue checking on me, and he told me to move to Atlanta, and I was like, you know what, let me stop, drop what I was doing, and go back to the South and give Atlanta a shot, give it a chance, and it
Mhm.
all worked out for me.
Okay. Okay. So when was the last time? Let's go back. How many times did you reach out to Christian? What methods did you access to try to reach him?
Text message, tried calling him. I called him from several different numbers to try to get a hold of him and telling him that I'm coming for you and I'm on the way. Um,
What
you
you
know,
mean
I
you're coming for him? You on the way?
I
What
said, me and the law is on the way coming for you. And I put that in every text message with the police emoji, letting him know that my family has a very deep law enforcement presence and
Mm,
I'm coming at you with everything that I have in the book. And
okay.
I did. And that's when he came out of hiding and unblocked me and text me, said, "Hey, me and Jennifer, I'm going to put a restraining order against you for harassing me or coming after me," because he found out that I was trying to issue out an arrest warrant when I sat down and uh, filed the paperwork to speak with the judge. And I spoke with the judge for about 30 minutes, about 25
I
minutes
heard
or
that.
so.
Let's go back for a second. So you went and you filed a police report. Do you have that police report?
I do have that
Handy?
police report. I have all my evidence.
Can you send me a police report? The first one
Yeah,
you filed? Because I was also told that you filed more than one. You filed them in different counties. Is that true or no?
I filed it. I found it in yeah, I found in multiple counties because once I did a background check on him and I saw that he had multiple addresses, I, I well, I reached out to different law enforcement. So I reached out to Captain Bava out of Gwinnett County. I spoke to a couple different officers out of Fulton County. Uh, he was all over the place. But
Mhm.
for the most part, is what stuck. It was out of Cobb and Fulton, I believe. Or
Would
it was all in, yeah, because it was all out in Cobb County,
Mhm.
and yeah,
What did you actually outline in the police report? Just, overview.
that he scammed me, that he didn't give me my money back, and in the police report, that is theft by deception.
Deception. Theft by deception. I'm
And what
covering in
Luke did was the crime that Luke committed was theft by conversion.
what's that
Eh,
mean?
Someone takes something of yours and they hold it and say, no, you can't have it back. And
Mm.
that's like an item, a property, something materialistic, that has such monetary value to it.
Okay. So you were basically trying to get two charges against him, the theft by deception and the theft by conversion. Is that correct or no?
No,
Or it had to be one.
I'm distinguishing both crimes that they both committed and how they connect.
They both, as in,
Luke and Christian, theft by conversion, theft by deception. How you take something monetary of somebody and you don't give it back, like what Christian did. He took some money, he promised a service, there was no contractual agreement, and he kept your money. Where Luke, he stole my furniture that had such monetary value to it, and he didn't give it back. And it fucked up my credit very badly that I'm still paying for, and that's stuff by conversion.
so you said he stole your furniture. How did that happen? Like what?
So when I moved out, obviously I can't carry couches on my back. So I took as much of my belongings and I put it in my vehicle and I called the furniture people, the finance people named Caffeine, and they agreed to have come pick up the property and call it fair, no more payments, you're off the hook. When I came back, Luke had changed the numeric code on the Yale lock system. My name is not on the lease, by the way. He changes the code on there, so I couldn't get in there. So me and the repossession guys are kind of just looking at each other like, "What now? Can we
Wait a
get
minute.
in?"
Hold on. How long had you lived there before this happened? The whole 90 days?
The whole
Or
90 days. I
you know
mean,
you didn't have to leave. You know you could have gotten back in that house. The police would have would have made him.
so when I call Atlanta PD, the Atlanta PD officer showed up, and I still see him to this day at Lenox Mall. He said, "This is not my concern. This is a civil matter. You need to take this up with the court. I'm out of here." I called twice, and they were dispatch was sending the same officer out. He just did not want to respond. And all I needed was that door to be open so these gentlemen can take my property back and give it back to them. The leasing manager wouldn't help me. Nobody could help me.
I don't get that. I
I
don't
don't
get
get
that because
Atlanta.
you had established residency in that property, and
Yeah.
even though you may have left and taken some things, it's obvious you still have things there. So you shouldn't have had to leave. I mean, you should have been able to get back in. I guess that's what I'm saying. So when you left, how long did you leave before you brought the police back? Was it like a week, couple
It
days,
was like within a day, the same day.
the same day?
It was like 1 or 2 days because obviously I have to get my stuff, my clothes, and I drove to where I was living and came back. And I told him I was coming to get the furniture, which I shouldn't have said because that's probably why he changed the
The
lock
lock.
or the code. The code
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. So then you filed these police reports. You don't know a man named Ernest Williams, do you? I'm just curious. Never
doesn't
mind.
ring a
There's
bell.
another
No.
case I'm following. He is, you know who you obviously know who Steve Harvey is, right? And
Yeah.
Steve Harvey has a morning show. His co-host name is Shirley Strawberry, and she was once married to a man who is currently in jail right now for scamming and theft by deception, and a number of other things. So it's so funny. And he's in Atlanta too. So it just seems so coincidental. It's a lot of similarities in what you're saying you went through in that case. So anyway, all right. So so once that situation blew up, you filed a lawsuit against him. Is that when you said you filed a lawsuit, a suit against him and won? Is that correct?
Yeah, so I filed a lawsuit against Luke and won by a
But,
landslide.
but did he repay what was owed?
Nope, because he's broke. He's broke to his name. And when I did a extensive background check on Luke, Luke owes money to the state of New York. He owes money to the state of Georgia and other cases. Maybe I
Cases?
think, yeah, like property damage,
What the?
property damage. I think maybe even he has a garnishment against me. I have a garnishment against him. He has a lien against him. His name is very messy, very
Wow.
bad. From New York to here.
Okay. So at what point, how many months after you, or time frame, just tell me in general, when you invested in Christian, you found out and got the vibe that he was ignoring you and was basically scamming you allegedly. How much time lapsed from when you moved out and disassociated with Sir Luke versus when you stopped talking to Christian and filed a lawsuit with him? What was the difference in time frame? I'm just curious.
So
Because you said you continued to talk to Christian a little bit, and I understand it faded over time, but how long after this breakup was it before you actually filed charges against Christian?
soon as Luke stopped talking to me. By then, once I start feeling a sense of, I left. I gave him 90 days. January 21st, I had moved out. February, March, he scammed me. I want to say Luke continued to talk to me maybe like 3 months afterwards, up until March,
So wait, afterwards,
April.
how did y'all get back to talking if he
He
sold
kept
from you? And then
Luke kept trying to get back with me. Like that's what I'm saying. He kept constantly talking to me. Then when I got scammed by Christian, so that was like March, he was still talking to me, blowing up my line. I asked him for help to get me my money back. And once I told Luke I filed a police report against him, he stopped talking to me automatically. And that was like around April. Uh, that's when I got the police report. Uh, then after that, it took a while for me to file a lawsuit against Luke because I didn't know how. I didn't know the process. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anybody other than distant family. So I took all this on my own for January for about another 6, 7, 8, 9 months
wow. Okay.
went by, and that's when I finally learned how to file a lawsuit.
Okay. So you filed a separate lawsuit than the one that Alteria and
Yes,
the
yes, it's
others.
all separate.
So how did you find out about Alteria and the others that were accusing Christian of the same thing?
Funny question, because I was actually on set filming, and a guy, one of the background actors, was talking to me, just getting to know me, and I started talking about myself, and he started fact checking people, and I was talking about how Atlanta has scammers, and I was talking about Jennifer, and that's when he pulled up. He said, "There's a lawsuit against him," and he's like, "There's RICO charges filed against him," and I was like, "Yeah, Jennifer," and I
Wait.
was like,
Let's go.
"What?"
Wait, hold on one second. Are the RICO charges actually that actually exist now, or I thought that's something they were working on trying to have?
That exists now. That is what we're working on right now. That is what's existing right now to this day.
Yikes. Okay. Wow.
And when he showed me that, that's when I was like, "Oh shit!" And I immediately jump onto it. He sent me the link, and I got on YouTube, and I tuned into the video like the same day live, and I saw that there was like a comment section, which I never knew that was there, and I saw the information. I reached out to Alteria.
What video? Where on YouTube? Where did you what was it when she was being interviewed by uh attorney Simone?
Yeah, it was back in February.
Gotcha. So you saw that show and you commented under it, and then what happened after you left
Jumped
that message?
on. Whatever. I think it was Alteria's number, and I called her and texted her, left a message, and we talked for like 2 hours, almost three. 'Cause she wanted to make sure that I am who I am, and I've been scammed by him. And I was like, I'm much more of a material witness because I was very close intertwined in that circle.
Wow. So Kiki is saying, yes, our lawsuit includes RICO charges, civil, the
No.
FBI will be criminal. I
Yep.
know that Arteria mentioned the last time she was on, she talks to the FBI approximately once a week or what have you. That's wild. Okay. So where are we right now? Like where you have a separate suit, right? And you're a part of this one, or you're part of both?
I'm a part of both.
Okay.
I'm in everything.
Okay. All right. Now I heard that this, I don't know, but did you threaten Christian?
Never.
Okay. Okay. All right. Um okay.
I couldn't because he would have had just a dab of salt at advantage over me,
That's
and
true.
uh,
Absolutely. I'm glad that that's
yeah,
the case, you know. You
because it
said
took me everything in me to not approach them, run up on them, say anything to them. I just needed him to show me some kind of pulse, and he did exactly what I needed him to do, and he fell for it.
how so? How so? What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, come on. So when I filed that paperwork to speak to a judge and
Mm-hmm.
told the judge that I need you to put out a warrant for his arrest,
Mm-hmm.
after that, 2 weeks later, the judge denied it. Right around that same week or so, Christian texted me back. He unblocked me and told me, stop harassing him. We're going to put a restraining order against you. Leave us alone.
I heard that he said that he didn't know you though.
He knows me. I know Christian. Christian Walden. Christian Walden with an A. Christian Walden with an E. He's very good at hiding himself and covering up his tracks. He's not that smart. He think he's smart, but he's not that smart, especially when you have a criminal record. I come from a very deep law enforcement background. You can't hide, Christian. I'm letting you know now. I told you I was coming for you. We're going to keep coming for you. There's multiple people coming for you. You can't hide from me. I know where you at. You think you can go to Nevada and try to hide? I run the West Coast, bro. The West Coast knows me. You think you can run and hide in the desert? You have another thing coming. Don't go to Reno. Don't go to Las Vegas.
Christian, I don't want you to ever come across Tony or Tobias on the street and anywhere at the same time, because Tobias is hot. He's mad, you know, Alteria's husband, and he's just as furious as you are, you know.
Yes, you give these people their money back right now. You give these people their money back. Don't run to the West Coast because it seemed like someone in that region you already have scammed and they got eyes on you.
Mhm.
The West
Okay.
Coast is nothing to play with. I'm just letting you know now. You don't know anybody out there. I do. And
So
they are watching this and they know my story.
how you know they're watching this?
Because I'm going to tell them and they already know the story.
Okay. All right. Just curious, you said you were on set and one of the background actors mentioned what projects have you been on and what set were you on that day? Just curious.
That set that day it was a carnival scene for a Rolling Stone concert.
Oh, okay.
That was some
Okay.
tailor-made casting, but I'm in Tyler Perry's Sister season 6, the final episode, All the Queensmen season 4. I'm in Tyler Perry's Destination Wedding Medea that just came out.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the latest Stranger Things that's coming out in November. I'm one of Dr.
Nice.
K's scientists. Um, I just had a speaking role in Duplicity. It was an independent project that I did over the summer, like a month ago. Uh, I've been all over the place. I've been in a lot of Tyler Perry projects to where he's like, you can't be in everything. I can't be seen on camera, but I see that you're there. I'm in a project where we filmed somewhere. I really can't say because I'm on NDA, but
Okay.
I'm in his projects. I'm in that circle. I wish he cast me as one of his actors because I don't know what Raven Drummer is doing these days, but it's not well. I wish he'd just give me a shot.
Okay.
But I'm in a
All
lot of
right.
projects.
Okay. Now I this is side note. You may not know much about it, but I'm just curious. So you were in All the Queen's Men.
Yep, I'm actually working
Chris
with Kiki.
with Kiki. What?
Kiki is the detective and all the Queensmen, the light
Oh, okay.
skinned, beautiful woman with the long hair.
Yeah.
Me and her booked the main character, and I'm the one processing her fingerprints.
Got you. Got you. So you work with Christian Keys. Yes. Because isn't that his show, All the Queen's Men?
I think so. I never worked with Christian Keys. Only certain people I got a chance to work with. And that was Kiki and the main character.
The main character being why won't you say her name? Eva?
Yeah, Ava.
Okay. All right.
Ava's the main character that I booked.
Gotcha. Okay. All
Fingerprint
right.
process her and everything. I actually saw her. She was doing a play. So I work in stagehand, and I saw her on stage, and she was backstage with Raquel and someone else, and I said hi
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. So I try to make my presence known because I'm everywhere working, trying to get these bills paid. And
Okay. I got you. I got you. Is there anything else you want to tell us? Anything you want to say to Christian and Jen? Anything you want to say to Sir Luke? What you want to say? Anything that you haven't already said? Or say it again. Shit, I don't care.
tell Tyler Perry to call me. Quit playing.
Okay. Hey,
I
Tyler Perry, you
mean,
can call me too. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Christian, we coming for you. Luke, I already laid the gavel. The gavel's been laid on you, so you're in a bad place. Jennifer, shame on you. And justice is coming. Don't know when, but it's coming.
All right. Well,
And
Tony,
leave me alone.
how are they
After this,
messing with you?
give us our money back and leave us alone. Leave me alone.
Well, when you say leave me alone, what does that mean? Like you
I don't know.
feel
Ever since I feel like this man has his ways of try to, like, so when he's scamming, your cat, it's through Cash App and all that stuff. So I think that he may have had someone in cahoots that can scam people with their Cash App, email address, phone number, and all this stuff. Because ever since he's scamming,
tap into it and hack it? Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Allegedly?
Yeah, it's a. So I come from IT background too. It's so much that you can do with your first name, last name, email address, and someone's Cash App. You know, and it was so weird because when I asked for my money back and fought a dispute with my Chase Bank and they reversed the claim and I got my money back. Weeks later, I was talking to my mom and I got this notification that, $1,500 just left my account. And when I saw it, it was said claim reversal and it said Christian Gold. And I called Chase and Chase tells me that, he said that it was a valid transaction and we reversed the claim and gave it to him and all that stuff. And by the way, we're going to be closing your account soon because what he's telling us is not matching what you're telling us. And I don't know what he did, but it made Chase give
You
them
you're
my money to, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? So I
wow.
mean, these scammers are really good. They get very desperate and clever how they collect information off of your information and you know
Wow. Wow. So, I have gone back and forth with wondering, okay, if in fact, allegedly, if Christian is scamming people and he's married to Jen, I wanted to believe a little bit that she was oblivious and just did not believe that her husband was doing these things. But you're suggesting that she knows and that she is a part of it, allegedly.
she knows she is a part of it because I asked, how does Jennifer meet a guy like this that obviously he's not of celebrity status? So what the hell does he do? So she knew what he was doing because I didn't know anything about Atlanta Basketball Wives, that show. I didn't know anything too much about those Atlanta shows, and I heard that she had her fair share of men, but someone that of his caliber, she know if he ain't got bomb player money or he ain't no dope dealer or no politician or no senator or congressman, what is it that this brother is doing? Oh, he's scamming.
You mentioned that Sir Luke has a habit and partakes in illicit drugs, allegedly. I shouldn't have
Yeah, he
said
had
that word.
24-year habit that I didn't know that he had.
Do they know he has this habit?
Yeah, I was just finding out, and they thought that he stopped 4 or 5 years ago. He told them, but no, he was still doing it under the radar. Apparently,
Okay. So they don't partake in that way that you know of.
no, not that I know of.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
even going to talk on that.
Okay. All right. Well, Tony, I almost said your name. Tony, thank you so much for being here. I hope, as things progress and, as things, as I said, progress with this suit, hopefully you'll come back and give us an update. We're going to be watching you. You said you have a couple of upcoming projects.
So I've done a lot of background work and stand-in work, but as far as on camera, it's a lot of the black films. Like I'm in Fight Night episode 2 and episode 5 that came out on Peacock last year.
Mm-hmm.
I really have a big up close view of me in Stranger Things season 5 when that comes out in November. So be on the lookout for that.
We will. Actually, you should come back right before these things drop. Just come back over here and tell us about it, and we'll
Okay,
get an update from you. How about that?
that's good for sure. Just reach out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Send me that police report. I'll
Okay,
redact it. Send it to me, and I just want to go look at it. Just saying.
I got you. I'm
Okay.
about to walk into the chambers right now. My
Oh,
chambers.
okay. And I heard you have an audition
I do.
today. So
Yes, I do.
thank you so much for coming and making time for us. Prior to that, go get ready and good luck on your break a leg in your audition, and we'll be watching you in the future. Okay.
Okay, thank you. You have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you. All right. Okay, y'all. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Please, did you guys hit the like button? We ain't done. We are not done. We are not done. We got to talk about some other stuff that has been going on because we got people here. Hold on one second, y'all. Oh, I forgot about that. You know what? Thank you, Alteria. Wait. I did have this. Let me take this banner down. I should have asked Thomas about this. I forgot. Thank you, Alteria. I can't even see. Hold on. Move it over here. Okay. No, this is Kiki's. Why didn't I put this up before? Hold on. I thought I had those text messages from him. Hold on. I thought I had uploaded them. I'll just show a couple of these pictures that he did share. This is he hanging out over at Jen and Christian's house. Let me move this. They're hanging out over there. We've got Jennifer's project. I know she was working on a movie, and also I think that documentary. This is her executive producer chair for at least one of those projects. That is Tony with Mimi Faust. Isn't that Mimi from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? Mm-hmm. And those are those boots. I told you guys the arm on the right, we can't see anything but his arm, but allegedly that is Swiss Beats' younger brother. And then on the left, that is Sir Luke providing Jim with the Beyonce boots, allegedly. Okay. All right. That's Tony with Sir Luke. Happier Days. And that's Luke with Jen. Sir Luke Destin is his name on IG. Thank you so much again, Tony, for watching this. Please hit the like button, y'all. We're coming back. We're going to bring up, hey, Alteria, come on the screen so I can see your face real quick. Hold on. Oh, are you? Yeah, come here. I just want to know, do you need some more time? Just nod at me. I can't hear you, but yeah, you need more time. You're sideways. How you got your camera, girl? I can't hear you. There you go. There you go.
Can you
Hold
hear
on.
me now?
Yeah, I have to bring you up here to hear you. So let me just say, you're getting your nails done. You're at the nail salon, okay? So we're going to talk to Kiki because Kiki is back here. But I wanted both of them here because they have kind of like similar stories of other stuff that's happening. So go ahead, Alteria, enjoy your nails. I'm going to put you back in the background, and I'm going to bring up our girl Kiki to the stage. Hey, Kiki. Girl, move your camera down just a little bit so we can see you. Yes. Yeah, with your pretty hair. Pretty girl, how you doing? I can't hear you though. Are you muted? Now you're muted. You're not muted? Okay, do me this favor, Kiki. Yeah. If you can hear me, go out and come back in so we can connect your device. All right. Y'all, there have been some threats allegedly out here. We got a little bit of proof of that. We'll come back with that in a moment. But in the meantime, if you have any show ideas, if there's anybody else who feels that they have something to contribute to this story or any other story that I'm covering, you can connect with me like this. All right. So Kiki is trying to get her device together. She'll be up with us in a minute. Actually, so I want to talk. Okay, she's coming. There she goes. Let me see. Kiki.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it works now. Yay. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Now, I know you told us a little bit of your story where Christian is concerned. That $1,500 sure does sound very familiar. Okay.
So you know I'm not lying.
Tony gave him $1,500 allegedly, and I heard you talking about $1,500. Tell me again, just to let people know how you became acquainted with Christian as well. We talked about it, but for folks who haven't been watching.
So obviously, I'm a big fan of Basketball Wives. So I was watching Basketball Wives like other people that watch reality TV. And seeing that she had introduced her new boyfriend or whatever, but it was a post that said something about him investing. And it was at the time I was working 2 jobs, full-time jobs, working from home.
2 full-time jobs?
Yes. One was not as busy, but both were salary. So it was manageable. Okay. But also one of them had filed bankruptcy. So I knew it wasn't going to last forever. So I was like, oh, this will be a good time for me to get into investing and kind of taking my time understanding how that goes. So when the job goes away, I will have another source of income coming in.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, okay, cool. So somebody she knows, she's been with, scammers before. She knows all the tricks of the trade. Let me check it out and see.
I mean, seriously, Jen literally had just done a documentary on scammers because she had been scammed by her previous boyfriend where he stole her car, right?
Her car and $40,000.
So $40,000, and the car was was it a Bentley or something?
A Range Rover.
A Range Rover. That's what it was. Okay, so he stole a Range Rover because he got convicted and everything, correct?
Well, I'm not sure. I tried to watch the documentary again.
I can't find it.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
I know.
So, something about not renewing license. I think when you don't get a good streaming numbers, they don't renew it and re-show it over and over again. So something like that happened. But
I wanted to see it because I wanted to have a better understanding.
Car back, but I believe she got the $40,000 back.
She didn't get the car, but she got the money. That's what she just said. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I believe that's what happened.
so again, you said you were a fan of the show. You learned
Right.
you're watching Jen. She's married to this man, but you also had another reason why you trusted this situation. And why is that?
I'll tie that in. I'll tie
Mhm.
that in. I know where you're
Mhm.
going.
Yeah.
So, I contacted him the way that he said contact. We talked on the phone, if not an hour, almost an hour, just talking about life, investing in the Black community, things we need to do. And I work a full-time job. I have real estate property. I'm single. So I'm
Girl,
into
you a hustler
finding
for real.
ways to make money. And so when he said that, and in my mind, because I think I've shared with you, I'm 53. At some point, I need to make sure I'm set up really nice as far as being able to retire and do what I need to do. So I listened to him. And I mentioned in our conversation my connection to Evelyn, but I think he didn't hear me. So I remember saying it, but I don't remember a conversation, behind it or whatever.
And let me
So
clear that up real quick. When she says Evelyn, she's talking about Evelyn Lozada, right? And
right.
you know Evelyn how?
I know Evelyn because she and Carl has a son together.
Carl
Her son
Crawford, the
and Carl Crawford.
multi-million-dollar ex-baseball player. Okay, wasn't he like the $150 million man? It was some ridiculous amount of money. I remember. I ain't trying to be in your business, but we in your
I
business.
know.
Okay.
We heard.
That's right. And then he also has a record label, correct?
Yes.
And he is responsible for discovering Meg the Stallion.
And Erica
He
Banks.
still represents her. Erica Banks.
He does not still represent Megan. He does not still represent.
He did release her.
Yes.
So she's straight up with Rock Nation now.
Oh yes.
Okay, I didn't realize that. When did that happen? Just curious.
I don't know. Whatever this last lawsuit was, they came to an agreement, both of them, and
just
she's
let it
gone.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know Carl Crawford because how? How you know him, Kiki?
We are related on his dad's side.
Okay.
His dad and his dad's grandmother and my grandmother were sisters.
Okay. Yes. That's your cousin. Okay. That's your cousin.
That's
okay.
And family. So yeah. And so that's the connection to, so it's Carl, Evelyn Lozado, Basketball Wives, Jennifer.
Yes.
And so when
I don't want to let me go back to that real quick. I want to give Evelyn her props because Evelyn Lozada is one of the main stars of Basketball Wives. She was in literally she and Jen were the original castmates for the show that was out of Miami. Initially, it started in Miami. Evelyn is an entrepreneur and a mother and new grandmother, and she has a podcast. And so I want people to understand that because Evelyn at one time was very close with Jen. In fact, they had a 20-year relationship. They were friends, and they were such close friends. I understand that, she was a part of, family things. She was very close with Evelyn's daughter at one time. I was told that there were times when when Jen would just go and hang out with Evelyn's daughter, like an auntie or what have you, right? So they were close. And so you trusted that your cousin's mother of his son was
she likes to say baby mama. I mean baby daddy.
I don't like
baby
saying
mama.
that. Baby mama, huh? Okay. So, and they have a great relationship. I've seen them talking recently. Right. So she's the star Basketball Wives. She was close friends with Jen, and you thought you could trust this situation. This is Jen's husband, right? Well, he wasn't the husband at the time, though, correct?
Well, he was somebody that she was dating, that was her boyfriend at the time. So no, they weren't married, and by no means do I want anybody to think that I don't hold some responsibility for doing a little bit more research on my end because I could have, but I did trust that this made sense. This guy wouldn't, like, I would not date someone publicly knowing that my background is that goddamn shady. I just wouldn't, because you're going to find me out at some point. You know, I can't hide like I can being a regular citizen. So I just really thought from a normal standpoint that just never crossed my mind.
Okay.
So anyway, we talked. I waited a little while. I said, okay, I'm ready. Got everything that I wanted paid off, and let's move. Let's go ahead and do this because as what's his name? Not Jay-Z. Jeezy usually say, "Scary money don't make money." So let me go ahead and pull the trigger.
Okay.
So I said, okay. I contacted him. I said, okay, I've sent you the money. We had problems with Zelling it. Now I Zelle money in the thousands every month. Never had an issue. Zelled it to him. Something about his account wouldn't take it. So I said, oh, this is weird. I'm not able to Zelle it to you. How would you like for me to send it? He said, oh, Cash App is fine. Sometimes Zelle does that when the two people don't have a history of sending money.
He told you that?
He said that.
That's a lie. That's a lie from the pit of hell.
So I was like, well, I've never had an issue. And at some point, those people were first time recipients of some money from me. So, okay. So sent the money and I said, okay, what do I do next? He said, okay, contact me. And we went back and forth. He eventually sent me instructions. He says, go on your Cash App and buy Bitcoin.
How'd you feel about that?
By who? Bitcoin.
No, I'm saying, yeah. Did you feel? How did you feel when he said that? Were you?
I was confused because the whole time we had the conversation, he never mentioned Bitcoin. The reason, and I tease my friends like this all the time. If they say, Kiki, I told you something, I'll say, what was my reaction? Because I'm very dramatic. And so if you can't tell me what my reaction was, you probably didn't tell me that because you're going to remember me saying something. I would have asked you, okay, Bitcoin, tell me a little bit more about that because I want to make sure that I understand if I give you $50 worth of Bitcoin, you're not going to come back and say, okay, go ahead and cash it in. Here's your 50 cents. Because I'm going to lose my shit if you do that. So I just want to make sure my limited knowledge of trading, I'm thinking Walmart, Target, Starbucks, you know, okay, I'll get to understand how all that works. So that was my initial thought of trading. So we exchanged messages. I think I spoke to him maybe one other time after that. It could have been two, but one for sure. And we never connected. I was not going to go into Cash App and buy Bitcoin until I understood exactly what Bitcoin was. So those are the messages that were shared on the show.
So let me just make sure I'm clear. He wanted the $1,500 because that's the fee.
The fee, period. It's technically $2,500 according to him, but he was doing it at that time for $1,500.
Okay.
I did not ask for a break. I don't do that. If you tell me, hey, I do makeup and it's gonna be $2,000. If I got $2,000 and I like your makeup, I'm gonna pay you that. If I don't like the way you did it, I'm not going to use you again. But your price is your price.
Right.
And if I want you to do it, I'm going to pay what you say. If I don't agree with what you did, I'm just not going to use you again. But I have never asked anyone to negotiate their pricing. If I can't afford it, I'm going to just tell you I can't afford it.
Do you
but not give me a deal?
Well, here's the thing. Do you really believe that it was $2,500? Because I could see how just saying, you know, I'm giving you a break.
Correct.
It sound more, you know, attractive. You know what I'm saying? So that might not have even been true. And then I heard that there are people who pay different prices, you know, different costs.
Exactly.
Somebody's out here suing for $100, allegedly. That's what Christian told me. Alteria told me that too. and then someone else is like $600 or something like that, maybe. And then you're 1,500. Tony is 1,500.
Right.
So it's all okay. So
it's all different prices.
So once you did the Bitcoin, you did well. Did you buy it? Did you buy it?
I did not. We never connected because I don't want to text this because I have questions. So when I get a chance and we can talk, I'll have my questions, which is why I never invested. And as time went, came on me, I did not get back into it. I traveled. I went to Dubai that year. So my life kind of went on. And I was like, well, dang, I got to get back with the trading bit. By the time I heard about Christian again, he was being accused of scamming. And I was like, this can't be the same guy. That guy was very nice. I enjoyed talking to him. He never said anything that made me question his motive or anything like that. And so I said, hey, they're accusing you of some things. I don't know what's going on, but be careful. That was the last message that I sent to him. He used that to say I was flirting. How is that flirting, babe? If that's flirting, I've been doing that wrong all these years.
Okay. Let me ask you this. When you sent that money Cash App, I do understand you have a record, right?
I do. And I put in the memo, lifetime membership fee.
That's what I was going to ask you. So you had the same spiel that Tony got? $1,500. I trade for you for the rest of your life or my life.
Now, lifetime, I just thought it was going to be that one-time fee. I didn't really think lifetime, but as long as I was a part of this, I wasn't going to be charged any extra fees. That's how my brain took it. Not literally to the day I die, but I don't have to worry about any other fees. Whenever I want to trade, I'll contact him. He'll do whatever he does. If I don't want to trade, it'll be sitting there.
Okay.
But what I did not know, and I didn't know to ask, is he was the only person trading. That I did not know. I guess I thought he was just like a part of a team or a group, because can you trade for that many people at one time?
How is that even possible? Unless it's like some sort of like hedge fund I don't understand how you can do that either.
Right.
And I initially, when I talked to Alteria, as I mentioned before, she said that it was approximately 200 people that were a part of his little investment group. But then Tony just said that there were 400.
Yeah.
Do you believe those numbers though? Like
that's what I was about to tell you. It's so many lies. You almost don't know what to hold on to, because I've learned that a lot of the things that comes from that side is exaggerated to look bigger, to look grand, so do I know that for sure? That's why I just try to stick to what I can prove, what I know, and we can just kind of roll from there.
Yeah. So, okay. So what was the time frame between the time that you gave did he give you a receipt? That's what I wanted to know about that $1,500. I know that Cash App keeps a record, but did he like send you something to say, yes, thank you so much. We received your payment. You are now part of this group, blah, blah, blah.
Yes. So no receipt. I screenshot the Cash App that he received it, but I have a text message that said, let's go. So he had received it, let's go. And that's when he told me to go into Cash App and buy Bitcoin. So he acknowledged on a text message
level.
that he received it.
Yeah. Okay. And then what was the time frame between you giving that money and then you recognizing that something ain't right?
And I gave that money in 2023. I think it was July-ish. And then when I heard about the scamming was in August of 2024. But I had contacted him through text message. Like I said, he still was responding. Hey, we still got to get your account funded. Yes, we do. But I still have questions about the Bitcoin part of it. And so when he tried to make that accusation on the show, he said, but she waited. I did wait, but I still gave you $1,500 and you gave me no trading. So don't make it about timing, because all of this could have been squashed if you just would have did what you said you were going to do, which was refund my money. You did no trading for me. You created no account for me. You did none of that, which is why you said on the show, do I owe her the $1,500? Absolutely. I just wish she would have said it earlier. You can say it earlier. You can say it later. At the end of the day, you didn't do anything with the $1,500. So where is it?
That's right. I forgot. Kiki was mentioned, you guys, on Basketball Wives. Christian came on the show, sat down with Jen, and this is the discussion they had with Jackie, correct?
Yes.
With Jackie Christie. They had like a little sit down.
Right.
And then he's saying, yeah, these
and
people.
Kiki was so being friendly. Bitch, shut up.
All right. So wow. Okay, yeah. So he on there talking about you, Kiki. So we can talk about him. Okay. I mean, I'm just
right. Saying. Exactly.
Now I heard that Auntie Lauren is talking ish. And she was, I heard she even spoke on me. I was going,
I might even on you, honey. You have become enemy number one. You'd have replaced Evelyn at this point.
Y'all, she mad at me. All I did was ask people some questions.
You are gonna stay out of her family business. That's what you gonna do, B.
So anyway, so now not only is Auntie out here talking and windmilling for her nephew. And by the way, I interviewed Auntie Lauren. I just sent the day a couple months ago, I want to say. And then we talked, and Jen and Christian, they came on the show. They was a little. Now, I'll be honest, when I spoke to Lauren without having any real background information about the situation, I was, taking what she said at face value for the most part, but I still asked questions, that seemed, little off. So in the midst of asking questions, she and I were fine. We were good. It wasn't until Jen and Christian got mad at, I don't even know what question I asked. I think it has something to do with.
You tried to question whether what she was looking at him trading was real or not. And they wanted to come through this screen on you. How dare you do that?
Jesus. Okay. But even then, Auntie Lauren kept her composure. She was nice. She was friendly to me. I told her at the end, I liked her spirit. I was like, hey, she seemed fun and funny on there. But then I could tell the tension when I asked a couple of questions and she was looking to the side and they were over there saying something. And honey, they couldn't hold back. And they came right on the screen. Thank you, Jen and Christian. For coming on the show.
And you kept baiting them in. So when you asked about the old case, that's a sore thumb because nobody can get their story straight. And unfortunately, Auntie, she didn't regurgitate the transcript the way that it happened. So that kind of got her twisted, and he got upset because she was getting some information wrong, and you wouldn't get off the gas. Well, that doesn't make sense. So is the balcony in the bathroom? That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, damn it. I still want to know why that lady couldn't walk out the door and why you needed her phone. That don't make no sense.
She couldn't call for help. Oh, she couldn't call for help because he had the phone. Can you explain why would he have the phone? You kept on, and she just couldn't catch up. And he was upset.
Well, we're going to get into it on another day because I do have the information on that particular situation. So I am going to go over that in a separate live because that really bothered me. And I know that he, did his time for that. I'm not trying to. The problem I have is this. Now, look, I've mentioned this before. A lot of people know I have something in my background. 17 years ago,
Right.
I pled guilty actually to a felony,
Okay.
but I'm not a felon. God is good, won't He do it? So
Mm.
I was in dire straits and desperate. And when you desperate, when you fearful, and you're probably not going to make the right decisions.
Correct.
So I made a very bad decision. I've
Mhm.
taken accountability for that. I've tried to make good on that, right?
Mhm.
Christian is not owning up to the things, it's that's the problem I kind of have. It's like,
Well, that's
you're
the
not.
difference between what you just said and what he's dealing with. When you take accountability, because we all F up, every single body. The difference between you and I, you got caught. That doesn't mean I haven't made very bad decisions. I didn't get caught. So if Christian really, if he was a smart young man and his auntie loved him the way she says she does, take accountability, stop avoiding what is going on, and move on. I have nothing against any of those people personally. I gave you $1,500. I want it back. It's been 2 years. I still don't have it.
That's
Now,
crazy.
at the very least, you could cut me off. I
Right.
gave her $1,500 back.
I'm
I have
done.
no more conversation about her. We're done. But
Yeah.
every time someone says something about it, you guys got to come up with a new lie. The auntie, he has a team of great attorneys.
Yes, she said that. Yeah. So she said in a live that, that he has, well, I know, because I see he's out here working for himself. He's representing himself in this
What happened to
lawsuit.
the team? What happened to the team?
And that's what Auntie said. They out here talking. I don't know why they talking, because she was mad about that 5-hour live. I heard that.
Man,
She
she
said,
was hot.
they,
Who sits? They need, and every time women do something she don't like, they need a husband. They
that's what
need
she said.
some dingling. They need,
Yeah.
yeah. Why
Yeah.
is that your whole solution to every? Have you not been loved before? How is that the only solution? You're weird. You're weird. Now, don't get me wrong. You get you a good man, that's a bonus. But
Absolutely.
no one is running around here unhappy because they are calling you guys out. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. And there's a part of me that wonders, is she just oblivious to
No,
no.
no.
You don't think Auntie Lauren is
I
oblivious?
believe that no, I don't. Because what I believe is she's dealing with some mental health issues. I do believe that.
Well, she
I
said
do.
that, so to
And
speak.
she did
She,
say that.
yeah.
So that I do believe. And I believe she thinks that because she talks a little too much. I don't give a blup, is what she said. I don't have anything to lose. So I feel like they've almost pushed her out there to bring the heat because she doesn't have anything to lose. She's a stay-at-home wife. Her husband is a veteran. So whatever she says, however reckless it is, you have to come to her, is what she thinks. But we still can connect her to Jennifer and Christian. So I think she's purposely put in front to be the bulldog.
Yeah, the
That's
protector. She's the muscle right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Now,
But the problem with that is every time you go to defend Christian, it's always in a threatening way. You did that to the ex that jumped 4
that's right.
stories
That's
for
right.
her life.
Yeah.
And because she said, I didn't want any of this to happen, I love Christian, you cussed that at the time, that child out. That's what you did. You didn't cuss out some girl. If you pay attention to the video that you did, Christian was a child at that time.
Well,
So was the girl.
when you
So was
say
the girl.
child, how old are we saying?
He was 19.
Yeah.
And I think the girl was 18, 17, 18 at the time. Yeah, they were from high school or something.
But they lived together at that time.
They lived together at that time, worked at some mall, but he called it a corporation for
That's
18.
right. He said he was, well, that's another thing. Okay. So he, yeah, that whole situation, we'll get into that on another day
We
because I
are
really want to
asking
dive
for
deep in it.
interest. We're asking for 3 times the amount. We're asking for as much as we can get, you know. So that's not an issue. It's moving a little slow because most of the people that obviously filed the lawsuit was strapped for cash after, because some of these people lost in excess of $20,000-$30,000. So it was very it was a struggle for them to come up with more money to fight the case, which is why a lot of people just called it a loss and moved on. But what I can tell you about the FBI, they're going to go through every individual that he's had a transaction with from this date to that date. Whether you want your money back or not, they're going to go back through those records.
They sure are. And they take their fucking time doing it. They are not in a hurry.
That's right.
So just because nothing has appeared to happen doesn't mean things aren't happening. One thing about the feds, they do their freaking research.
That's right.
Okay. So now let's talk about there was a post.
Right.
Was it Evelyn's post?
No. So it was a post.
And let me say this, because you know they were a couple people, Auntie Lauren allegedly, as well as Armani, were kind of harassing Evelyn in a post. So that was separate.
That was separate.
And then on the other side, you had, what post was that again? Tell me.
So we as the victims have a Instagram page. And so on the Instagram page, what she said about you on the live, where she was talking about VLenore is, listening to all of, she was just ratting, going crazy because you gave us a platform after her. And she felt like because of the platform and your questions, because once we said this, then you wanted to know more. And you were like, okay, well, their stuff is making a little sense. So let me ask some more questions.
Plus, I'm looking at documents. I've seen actual evidence. So it made me, gave me better perspective.
Correct.
And, I just have an opinion as well, but I really wasn't trying to push my opinion. I literally was
I don't think that you were, but I think she doesn't realize that she's so sensitive about the whole thing. Anytime you say anything, she just gets upset. So she doesn't fight back with facts and evidence. She fights back with insults. Oh, you ugly this and you that, and you, girl, the way your teeth are, I wouldn't be talking about nobody. You hear me? You just.
I ain't say that, Lauren. I ain't say that. Kiki said that. Okay.
So stop that. I mean, if I wanted to go that low, I could. We can insult each other all day long. But let's stick to the facts, because this is not a beef between Lauren and Kiki or Lauren and VLenore. This is a beef between what this young man has done to hundreds of individuals. That's what the beef is. Period. You can make it about Evelyn till the cows come home. You can make it about VLenore till your head fall off. It's never going to be about them. So I made some kind of comment on that page where I said, she is going to write a check that her ass can't cash. Her son responds.
That's what I was about to say. Wait a minute. Now this is the post. I'm gonna ask you to read it because my eyes is bad, child, and you know what this thing says. So hold on. Let me move this around a little bit so I can see too. Let me take this down. Okay. So this was under the video that she did talking about me and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
Talking about you. I'll find the original. Okay. I said, shaking my head, this lady head needs to be examined, and her obsession is going to land her with a check her ass can't cash. It's very dangerous to threaten others because you think you're the baddest on the planet. She is notorious for doing this.
So who did she, how, when you just now mentioned threats just in that statement, who was she threatening?
So if you can go back to the one with the white where it said VLenore, do you have that one?
I don't have that one.
I think you sent that. Hold on 1 second.
Did I had it? Alteria, do I have that?
Yes, I sent it to you
Hold
yesterday.
on. Okay, hold on. I don't think I uploaded it. That's the problem. Oh, I see.
That one.
Yep. Give me 1 second. I'll put it in.
Okay. So her son responds and says, no, that's not the right one.
Here, I'm gonna take, I'm gonna take this.
Her son says, Miss Kiki, oh, best believe I can cash that check myself if I have to for my mama. Never worried about no money. So I responded and said, this comment further proves my point that this family literally has nothing to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, hold on, child. Let me get this in here. Cause this is okay, hold on. Wow. So there.
Christina Walton goes Williams versus everyone else.
Ciao. Okay, so this is the one you're talking about, right? No, it's the same one.
It's the same one.
Oh, wait, I know. Oh, I know. I see what's going on.
Okay.
Wait a minute. That's the same one.
It has a white background.
Okay, hold on. Ah, got you. Got you. Okay, hold on.
And thank you guys for the kind words. I am 53. I'll be 54 September 17th.
Child, all these Virgos. I know so many Virgos.
And guess who I share a birthday with?
Oh, huh? What you say?
Guess who I share a birthday with?
Who? Lauren?
Jennifer.
And you was flirting with her man too, girl?
I was flirting with her man.
Okay, wait. Crazy. Okay. All right, here it goes.
Thank you.
There it goes. Okay. Now.
Yeah, so that's where she was saying, VLenore, I respect you as a content creator.
Let me go back. Wait a minute. Wait. I responded to her first. Because she said something I saw in the video when she was talking about me a little bit.
Yes.
And then and she was mad about the 5-hour live.
Right.
And I told her in the comments.
In summary, you said, as a content creator, hearing both sides of the story is not a bad thing. Following a story that the audience is interested in, learning more about it is key. The idea is to get the truth of the matter. We can't do that by simply taking the word of one person. Hopefully you can respect that. Yeah. I respect your position as Christian's aunt. Please respect my position as a content creator.
Yeah. Isn't that fair?
That's absolutely fair.
I don't understand, right? So, okay. So
yes. And then she responded and said,
look at how long that damn response is she had. Okay, but go ahead, child.
I respect you as a content creator, just not as one who fishes to open wounds of hurtful things. You didn't think about being hurtful when you did what you did.
Right.
But anyway, you
wait a minute. And let's be clear. She's mad because I asked about that situation. Okay.
And you spoke about reviewing the transcript.
And I spoke about wanting to speak with the young lady.
That's right.
And that pissed her off. Now, here's my thing. She told me she admitted here that during that trial, because I had heard, that she had threatened the girl on some level. And I'm not really clear on what that was about. Like, why are you mad at the girl who just jumped off of a balcony to get away from your nephew? Like, that just speaks volumes in and of itself. Okay. nobody does that. She mentioned that the person did it for attention, which is also very weird. You broke your legs and ankles and all kinds of shit.
Your back has a metal rod in it. Yeah.
Is she able to like kind of have a normal life outside of that?
From
like
my understanding, yes.
Okay.
But she doesn't even want to do these interviews with other bloggers because she fears for them coming for her.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. She mad.
So she said, you spoke about reaching out to Madison. That was 10 years ago. What does that have to do with anything going on now? You specifically messaged me and said you would not allow disrespect if I joined on.
Hold on. Did she join on?
She did not.
But she was mad at the things that were said by people on the panel, right?
Correct.
She probably gonna be mad today too, especially with the questions I asked Tony. Okay?
Because no doubt, if she had joined in, you would have corralled your guests to be respectful to one another. Because at that point, no one would get anything out.
Yeah.
But she knows that if she comes speaking crazy and we respond, she's going to get viciously upset, and people are going to respond to that. Period.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so she says, do you know how that would have gone since you allowed the half of a man to make gay remarks and threaten my nephew?
So she's at this moment, she's speaking of Tobias, Altira's husband, who was very, very open, honest, and blunt as hell.
Yes. Because $17,000, like, guys, people, you be careful to walk on the street. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a lot.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so he says, she said in all caps, I do not take that lightly. You allowed him to do that without correcting him. It's not your job to correct anyone's opinion. You didn't correct her opinion.
Right.
You let her say whatever she wanted to say, things that you didn't understand. You wanted clarity, but you didn't correct her.
And it was funny because I interviewed her within a week or two. Here y'all came with that 5-hour live to like rebut everything.
I was burning up your comments while you was talking. I mean, I couldn't type faster. She's lying. That's not what happened. Call me. I was
Jesus. So okay, go ahead.
You didn't even intervene. I don't give a damn about what they have to say about the monetary situation, but to threaten and make remarks about his buttocks crossed the line.
What? I didn't say it. I didn't do it.
Right.
Look, okay, go ahead. She's gonna be mad today because I
can't see the rest of it, so that's where it stops. But that was basically what was posted on the Christian Unmasked page, where I said this lady is gonna write a check her ass, and then her son, which ironically has a false imprisonment charge.
I have mugshots. I'm not gonna put them up, but she has 2 children, right? A girl and a boy.
A girl and a boy.
And the young man is who? Didn't he jump in the comments somewhere and talk?
He jumped in the comments at the bottom and said he will cash any check for his mother. So I'm talking to someone in my age bracket about a situation we've been discussing. How did you get involved? I don't know, but previously your mom was on her live talking about how y'all was fighting his baby mama in the ditches, and you were proud of that. And
wait a minute, hold on, because she didn't tell me who it was. She just told me that 4 years prior she had gotten in a fight and fought with her 2 children, and I thought that was bizarre, to be quite honest. And do you? Okay, let me say this too, Auntie Lauren. I know you're paying attention.
Right.
And I have made comments about the fact, and I think we all kind of touched on this, but with the all of her IG posts up until about a month ago, all of her IG posts, all her Facebook posts, they they were referencing Evelyn. Like she was constantly coming for Evelyn, and she was only showing pictures of Jen and Christian, or her with Jen and Jen doing this. It was like weird to me because the whole page was that. So when we voiced that, she has recently started posting differently, because I think she understands that people were interpreting all of those posts as her almost harassing Evelyn.
Yeah, she's purposely trying to harass Evelyn because
she's
in
trying
her
to bait her
brain,
in. That's what
she
it looks
thinks
like.
that she can tell her what to do. If she doesn't apologize, I'm going to keep doing blah, 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 blah. Well, she's never going to apologize because she didn't do anything to you, number one.
Right.
But she's never going to apologize to Jennifer because that's what they get paid to do, to go back and forth with each other. She also make reference that, oh, she came for me and talking about me, telling me to pull up. She did, but you went to her page.
Went to her page.
Story.
Yeah.
You
So
went to her page making comments calling her because she's full of shit.
Because well, Armani, he responded first and said, why are you speaking about subliminals? I'm paraphrasing. And then Lauren responded to his comment and said, because she's full of shit. And then Evelyn responded and called her a C word.
Yeah. Exactly.
See you next Tuesday.
And she said that, and everybody grasped because they're like, oh my God. But then Auntie gets on all of her lives and she says, if you hit me first, you don't get to tell me how hard to hit back.
But she didn't, but Evelyn didn't hit her. Exactly.
Right. You hit Evelyn first, so you don't get to tell her how hard to hit back. Like, it works both ways.
Absolutely.
And
anytime on her own page. On her own page.
Right. And so she just doesn't like when you shut her down or make her think outside of the box. No one is telling Auntie not to love her family, not to take up for her family, but Christian is a grown man. He is capable of taking up for himself. But Christian is wrong. At the end of the day, he's wrong.
Absolutely. Okay, so is there anything you would like to say to them directly today, or?
No, I mean, I've said all that I need to say. Just do right, do right, live freely, stop looking over your shoulder, stop making this about deflecting and being something else. It's all about you made promises that you were unable to keep. If you want to call it a mistake, a bad judgment, however you want to call it, but do right. The time and energy that you're wasting, you could have paid half of these people back by now.
Absolutely.
But you're going to wait until this goes to a court and you're going to be stuck with a lot of debt.
I didn't understand.
Jennifer is going to have to understand she's going to be held complicit because we're screaming at you the exact same thing you were screaming at us when you were scammed.
And someone, I can't remember who it was, remind me, but someone mentioned that one of the accounts that they invest or sent money to was an account that's shared now by Jen and Christian. So Jen's name is on the account.
Basically. Yeah, NeNe did. NeNe is absolutely sure that she sent money to that account.
Wow. Okay. Well, Kiki, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love you. You are so you're smart. You have a bubbly personality, and I hope I meet you one day. I do.
Yeah, I need to come to California because I can't leave the country. That man might leave me in the country, so I got to stay around here. So I'll come see you and chop up with you and have a glass of wine.
Yes. I look forward to that.
All right. Well, take care and thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, you guys. So again, we are not done. We are not done. Okay. I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about some other threats and some things that have been going on with Alteria and Tobias. And we'll get into that in a minute. Go refresh your drinks, go tinkle, do what you got to do, get a snack. We'll be right back after this with Alteria so that she can tell us what's been going on with her. Okay. Thank you. Be right back. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, we are back. We are not done. Y'all, it's a mess. Okay, this whole thing is a mess. And let me say this. I am in many ways hurt to hear how all of this stuff has transpired allegedly, and how this has impacted families and individuals and people who were simply just trying to better their opportunity, thinking they had someone they could trust who was skilled in helping them grow money, and they feel as if they were scammed. Now, I think it's interesting because when Christian was on, he was the first to say that there were like 22 people trying to sue him. Because I said, aren't there like 10 or so people trying to sue you? He said, no, it's more like 20. I was like, damn, 20. He said, yeah, there's somebody on there trying to sue me for $100. Give that person that $100, child. Well, and I told him, I was like, give it to him. Y'all balling like that. You told me you worth $5 million. You said it to me directly. I ain't making this up. Okay. You said that, but I don't know if that's true, because I would think you would want to get this right off your lap, get that monkey off your back, and pay these people their money because you worth $5 million. I don't understand. And y'all saving money on clothes allegedly because allegedly somebody is bringing y'all clothes under the table. Anyway, I ain't got nothing to do with that. All right, so I'm going to bring up Alteria, who she is a great resource. Let me say that. Okay, she's very organized and she is on it. Okay, she is not letting up. But in the midst of that, she has had some things happen because of all the stress that's associated with this. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this new lawsuit that has been filed against Christian, and yeah, and whatever else Alteria wants to tell us. I know Tobias listen. Child, hey Tobias, child, how you doing? What you doing? Okay, be good, Tobias. Don't come out here. Tobias probably gonna run out here in a minute. And I ain't mad, Tobias. I'm just teasing you. If you have something to say, feel free to come out here and say it, okay? Because they mad at me for letting you talk. Ain't your mama? Okay, anyway, let me bring Alteria up. Come on, girl, come and see us. How you doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you still at the nail salon, girl?
I am.
What you getting done? Everything.
No,
Jesus.
I had to get a new set, so that takes a while. That's
Yeah,
got to get it
absolutely.
off and put it back on. So,
Yep,
but
yep.
I said, you know what? We're gonna do this interview. I don't care if I'm in here or not. I have my laptop and all. So,
Okay. Well, thank you for making time, and thank you for always, keeping me abreast of what's going on. Tell me a little bit about what's been going on with you.
well, it's been a wild ride. Let's just say that. Um, so you guys all know that I have been the spear in the head of this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Christian and Jennifer like to call me the crash out because I'm the one that's like, hey, no, we got to make sure that we're heard because this isn't right. And He's out here scamming so many people. I mean, just from what I know, and like Kiki said, what we've seen with our own eyes, his Telegram channel said there was roughly 220 some odd people in there. But then what we're finding out that he's telling, Tony, is there's 400 people involved. I will say that when I personally spoke with the FBI, they told me it was a lot bigger than what I even thought it was. So again, I mean, it could be, who knows? There's honestly, it's an unknown number of how many people are really involved in this and how many people he actually scammed. The FBI is the only people that really know,
When's the last time you talked to them?
I actually had just sent the FBI agent. So there's 2 FBI agents working on the case now. There was only one.
Damn.
And
so they've increased the team just to deal with this?
It's a lot. It's a lot. So, I sent him an email when I found out Christian had responded to not only our lawsuit, but the second lawsuit. And that he was finally served after trying to be served on the second lawsuit since May. It's now August. So, he's been ducking and dodging for quite some time. And finally everything has been done. But during the meantime, in all of this, I never had told anybody publicly that that I was actually expecting.
When you came on the first time, you didn't mention it,
and
so I didn't.
And I mentioned it to you.
Yeah.
And I had Thomas, or not Thomas, Tobias, my husband, had asked me to kind of lay off the Christian situation and kind of take a break due to how much stress it was causing. Because let's just face it, I'm 40 years old. A 40-year-old pregnant is very high risk. And I ended up almost 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago, I had unfortunately miscarried and we were expecting a boy. So
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've told you this privately, but I am so sorry.
Yeah. Doctors say it was due to stress, but again, I just couldn't, really stay away from making sure that Lauren, Jennifer, Christian don't get away with what they're getting away with, or saying the things that they say that they're saying that's not true. And it's all coming out because, example, Lauren, I think Kiki had touched on this. Lauren had said, oh, he's got a team of attorneys. Justice is going to prevail. He responded, and I sent you the court documents. He responded, and at the end of his signature, it says pro se defendant. Pro se means you are representing yourself.
Child, when I spoke to no. Lauren and I didn't talk about that. She came live on her Instagram. She talked about the fact that she was mad that everybody was over here talking and exposing and saying things, and that she didn't understand why you all were talking, because you have lawyers and you're not supposed to be talking about the case, and that's why Christian is quiet, because he has a team of lawyers. This came out of Lauren's mouth, that she has a team of Christian has a team of lawyers that are handling this situation, only for the response to the lawsuit. Christian admits that he is representing himself. And it's so funny because when you read it, you said, is he using ChatGPT? I laughed. And then
he was using some form of AI.
Wait, I'm not gonna say who it was, but I was talking to somebody else, And I said, I sent it to them. They looked at it and said, I promise you. They said, is he using Chat GPT? I said, oh my God, that's what Alteria said.
I'm telling you, I sent it to somebody who also exposed him. And she even said, ChatGPT didn't write this. She said, this is what a third grader writes. She was like, I cannot believe my eyes right
This
now.
is, wait a minute,
Um,
is this a different person that I'm talking about? You
it
know
is a
who I'm,
different person.
oh,
Yep,
okay.
yep, yep.
Okay.
It is a different person.
Okay.
And she even said, I think a grader wrote this, and she kind of proved it because she put it in Chat GPT. And what she sent me, Chat GPT actually will draft it in a court format.
Uh-huh.
And this, I mean, this looked like high school English class is what I saw. I mean, it was a full letter. It wasn't even formatted as a court document.
Yeah.
So it was quite
Um,
funny.
oh, I see Thomas's stuff here. Okay, my bad. I did have Thomas's stuff. I'll come back to that. Oh, he emailed me. I didn't realize he had emailed me.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
know either.
I didn't know that. So these are his images. Hold on one second, because I sent this stuff to myself. Yeah, he did send me stuff. Or did he just send that today? Okay, he just sent it today. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up. Now, wait a minute. He responded to the second lawsuit, right? That's what this response is to,
No,
correct?
so I sent you two responses. So there's a response that looks like
I'm gonna
a
show it.
it looks like a paragraph, and it's a response to us. So what we never publicly went and told anybody. This is something that us victims didn't talk about because we were waiting for our day.
Mhm.
Christian, when we filed, so that is the response to the second lawsuit.
This is the second one. Okay, hold
Yep,
on.
that's not to us. So what people don't know is we filed our lawsuit against Christian February 21st of 2025. It
Uh-huh.
is now August, okay? So
Mhm.
Christian had 30 to 45 days to respond to our lawsuit. He never responded. So in return, we filed for a default judgment to get our money
Okay.
because he never responded. So guess what happens when you're
Where
civilly being sued?
usually
You
they
get
give, yeah, they give you or put the judgment against that person, right?
so
Now,
that's
I
still the
only have this document twice. This is the
hold
same.
on. Let me go. I'm pretty sure I sent it to you. Hold on one second. I'll
I
pull it
have
up
this
again.
one twice,
Give me
I
one
believe.
second. I'll send it to you again.
Okay. Send it. Can you send the email?
Yeah,
I
give
put,
me
okay.
give me 1 second and I'll get it over to you.
Okay, no worries. So this is the second one, and I need the one for the first one. Now, oh, let me say this. I just saw what Thomas sent me. I'm gonna come back and do that because he just said some stuff. I mean, yeah, I can't wait to go over that. It looks like it, yeah, this happened to me twice. Yeah. Now you could have sent it to me, Alteria, but let me look. Y'all, please hit the like button. Please hit the like. Oh, and let me say this too.
Okay, I just
Uh,
sent it to you through
yeah,
email.
I got it. I shoot, I lost my train of thought. It has something to do with you. I'll come. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up. This is like a letter. Child, I didn't see this. Okay. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like a high school essay.
What the hell?
It looks like a high school essay. This isn't even, I mean, so what happened is once we got that judgment filed to Christian, that was in May, we filed a judgment.
Let me see.
And the judge has not signed off on the judgment yet. But Christian finally responded, and he's basically telling the courts in not so many words that the reason why it took him now 6 months to respond to the lawsuit He said he's been cyberbullied, and I'm assuming he's pertaining to Tobias. He's saying that he's mentally distressed. So he mentally could not write up a letter and respond to the court because he's been so mentally distressed. But you weren't mentally distressed enough to make an Instagram post. You weren't mentally distressed enough to travel the world.
I was about
You
to
weren't.
say, I heard he's overseas right now. Is that true? Or they're just traveling?
I don't even know. You can't. I mean, what I do know is that he was served on August 5th for the second lawsuit. So on August 5th, he was at Jennifer's house. That's what I do know.
Okay.
So, he says that, I mean, you weren't mentally distressed to go on the Jason Lee podcast. You weren't mentally distressed enough to go on the Love and Fly SHIT podcast and talk about us.
They talked about you in there. That was that couples thing.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
they
even
talk
watch
about
that whole.
all of us. So you're going on all these podcasts and you're talking about how, you did not scam us and we had and then you're saying in there we had contracts. Not one of us had a contract with you. Not one.
Well, that's very interesting. Okay, let's. I'm gonna read through this because I can make
Yeah.
it big. Okay. This says in the Superior Court of Cobb County, state of Georgia, response to plaintiff's motion for default judgment. Uh-oh. Okay. Says comes now defendant Christian Walden, aka Christian Gold, the defendant, and respectfully submits this response in opposition to plaintiff's motion for default judgment. Defendant shows the court as follows. One, procedural history and timeliness. Defendant acknowledges receipt of the complaint and summons reference in plaintiff's motion. However, defendant disputes the assertion that he has failed to take any responsive action in this matter due to the circumstances beyond defendant's control, including cyberbullying, social media threats, text message threats, causing mental distress and fear for life. Defendant was unable to respond within the initial time frame provided under this code. Defendant respectfully moves this court to set aside any potential default under OCGA, another reference, in the interest of justice and equity. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let me move this here, maybe this here. Okay. All right. Dispute of allegations. This is number 2. Dispute of allegations. Defendant denies the factual allegations made in the complaint and the claim that he acted with intentional or malicious intent. Plaintiff's request for punitive damages and treble damages under the Georgia RICO Act, Jesus, is excessive and unsupported by specific factual evidence at this stage. Defendant respectfully asserts that the complaint lacks sufficient evidence to substantiate the heightened claims of willful misconduct and racketeering. Such serious allegations must be supported by clear and convincing evidence, not mere assertions in the motion for default judgment. Number 3, the request for leave to respond. Defendant respectfully requests leave of the court to file an answer and or responsive pleadings out of time and to be permitted to participate in any future evidentiary hearing or proceedings related to this matter. Defendant further requests the opportunity to assert appropriate defenses and provide documentation to refute the damages, calculation, and the characterization of conduct presented by plaintiffs. Number 4.
Thank you.
Number 4, equity and judicial discretion. Georgia law favors resolving disputes on their merits. Entry of a default judgment under these circumstances would result in undue prejudice to the defendant, particularly where the record does not show egregious delay, prejudice to plaintiffs, or repeated noncompliance. Now, let's be clear. This is egregious delay. Like, how long have you been waiting, Alteria?
It's been 6 months. It's August. He just filed that August 7th, and we
But
filed our lawsuit February 21st. It's 6 months.
but before you filed this, how long ago was it that you were expecting the money?
Oh, it's been a year. So we were all supposed to get paid out in September of 2024. When I started figuring out that he was scamming, that was in May of 2024.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I would call that egregious. Like, hello, he's saying that this isn't fair because the record does not show egregious delay.
Well,
Prejudice.
here's the thing that he's responding to. You're responding to a default judgment. You're not responding to the actual civil suit. The problem with this is you're asking for a judge to look at the evidence on the civil suit. The civil suit hasn't even begun because you didn't respond in time. Therefore, you need to be solely responding to the judgment, not the civil suit.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I
Okay.
mean, we can, if you, I mean, and the thing is what he's trying to do is he wants this to go to court. You don't want this to go to court because
That's
the
crazy.
evidence.
That's crazy. I don't know why he would want it to go to court. Anyway, defendant respectfully requests that this court exercise its discretion to deny or defer ruling on the motion for default judgment and instead allow the matter to proceed with appropriate notice and filings from both parties. Wherefore, the defendant respectfully prays that this honorable court, 1, deny plaintiff's motion for default judgment. 2, grant defendant leave to file an answer or response pleading. 3, set aside any entry of default if one has been entered. Number 4, deny or defer plaintiff's request for damages, including punitive and treble damages. And 5, grant such other and further relief as this court deems just and proper. Respectfully submitted the 8th day of August. This shit just happened. This shit just August 2025, August 8th. Signed Christian Walden, aka Christian Goldchild. Okay. All right. So that was one. And then let me pull up this other one.
Now, I do want to say it's funny with that that response because he stated the cyberbullying, he stated the text messages. My question when I read it was, who's sending you text messages? Because you changed your number. None of us have your number. So who's sending you these threatening text messages? Who's doing all the social media posting that you're saying there's threats? Yes, Tobias said something about, what was going to happen to him when he went to jail. But that's, I mean, that's inevitable. That's what happens in jail.
Maybe.
I mean,
he knows how to maneuver that shit. He did time,
So it's not, and you, like Kiki said, you're trying to say that somebody's threatening you who you stole money from, who is very emotional, who just, dealt with. I mean, I was in labor for 3 days trying to pass my dying child. Okay. My body
no.
would not pass it, and I had to have it surgically removed. So you're talking about somebody who's going through all of these things who ultimately blames you, Christian. So, yeah, he is going to say some things. There is going to be a lot of anger towards that. Can you blame him? No. But you also can't say that you were mentally distressed. And it sounded to me like he feared for his life. So if you're saying you feared for your life, why are you going to Europe? Why are you traveling? Matter of fact, Jennifer posted something about you guys being at the Beyonce concert in Atlanta just recently. So again, you weren't fearing for your life to go out and live your best life. While again, there are people here that you scammed out of money who are struggling in life. There's a lot of people out here struggling and dealing with real life issues.
Hold on, I didn't, and I get that, like NeNe in particular. All everybody has something, and here's the thing: people trust allegedly. People trusted in the thought that this was an opportunity. And he told me, so I remembered being told that he had promised 2 to 3% profit per week, per day. Was it per day initially?
So he told us per day on his website at the time, because you got to remember, again, I have evidence of all this stuff. I recorded all this stuff before he took it all down.
Well,
So
I saw that video. We played that Zoom where he
right,
specifically said that. And
yeah, he
then
did.
he changed it when he was here.
Hmm.
And he said it was like, well, I said it was approximately that. I didn't make any guarantees. And it wasn't per day. He
No,
said
he definitely made guarantees. He
he
definitely made guarantees. There was definitely no contracts, because you're going to see in the second response, he tells people that there's contracts. And it's just crazy because
is
the
it
people,
possible he's talking about contracts as oh wait.
no, what he's talking about is, because again, I showed you proof where one of my people that I referred wanted a contract, and he said, I don't give contracts. My mentor, who taught me, the best thing ever, basically said anything that's in text message is a contract. Um, but he
In some way,
never,
I see it kind of, I mean, isn't that kind of true? Like you make a comment,
yes,
I mean, you make a
yeah,
promise in writing. If he had sent an
right.
email, he said it in text. Okay,
Right. But your contracts, if that's the case, your contracts are going to screw you because you guaranteed everybody in a text message. I
Mhm.
mean, you told NeNe, of all people, that she was going to walk away with like $17 million or something crazy like that. I mean,
And she
it's,
paid $600 initially, right? Was that her fee or something
no,
like?
I don't know what her fee was, but I know Kiki gave him over $30,000, and that was her disability settlement.
Wait, NeNe, you mean?
Yeah, NeNe, not Kiki. I
Yeah.
always, I always
I know.
flip flop them. Um, but yeah, I mean, if, like I said, if that's the case, then you're really screwed because your text messages say otherwise.
Mhm. Okay, so this is the response to the second, right?
And what's if I don't know if I actually sent you the second lawsuit, but if you look here, there's one, two, three, four, five, six. There's 7 people in this second lawsuit. The first one was right around 20, right? Ours equaled up to 120,000. This second lawsuit with just 7 people is right around 90 grand.
Mm,
So you could just imagine how much money these people gave him.
yeah. And then
I
here's
mean, one of these ladies gave him almost $50,000.
that's crazy.
Another lady gave him 30,000, and one of these people in this lawsuit is his mother's neighbor.
Yeah, I remember you said that. She live across the street or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now in this, like you said, there's 7 people. This Thomas Lawson is Tony Keys that we just
Right.
interviewed. He is included in this one. So this is again in the Superior Court of Cobb County, state of Georgia. These plaintiffs versus Christian Walden. Answer and response to complaint. Comes now the defendant, Christian Walden, aka Christian Gold, responds to plaintiff's complaint as follows. The general denial. Pursuant of this code, defendant denies each material allegation contained in the complaint and demands strict proof thereof. Any allegation not specifically admitted is hereby denied. Now, here are the specific responses to the allegations. 1 through 2, the defendant is without sufficient information to admit or deny the residences and identities of plaintiffs and therefore denies the same. Defendant denies any liability for the amount alleged. From 3 to 16, defendant admits only that certain contractual agreements existed between some plaintiffs and defendant, whereby funds were voluntarily provided pursuant to written and or oral agreements outlining the terms, risks, and obligations of the parties. The defendant specifically denies ever meeting with or entering into a contractual agreement with plaintiff Thomas Lawson and has previously provided confirmation and proof to investigating law enforcement authorities at this time. This is the reason why this is so interesting. Remember when I spoke to Thomas and I said, Thomas, I heard he said he didn't know you. And Thomas said, oh, they know me. Okay. Thomas said, they know me. I took this shit. That's Thomas hanging out. Who's that lady? I meant to ask that. You know who she is? Is she an actress?
She's a love and hip hopper. I do know that.
Oh, is she? Okay. And then that's Mimi Faust and him. But again, this is him taking these pictures. Okay, he took these pictures. All right. He did that. He did that. That's Sir Luke and Jen. And Sir Luke was, his man. I want to come down here again. And just to be clear, it appears on one.
That's how you look at them. Yeah, I never seen you black. Nasty, but you gotta get the.
Okay, I got to be careful about that music. Hold on. Let me stop that. Okay. So basically, Thomas knows them. And Thomas gave him some money. And Thomas hung out. Thomas took those videos and those photos. And that's very interesting to me. So anyway, he's saying specifically that, again, defendant specifically denies ever meeting with or entering into a contractual agreement with plaintiff Thomas Lawson that has previously provided confirmation and proof to investigating law enforcement authorities at the stated time that no such relationship or contract occurred. Defendant denies any wrongdoing, fraudulent conduct, or obligation outside the terms of those contracts. All other allegations are denied. Hold on one second, y'all. Just want to make sure I ain't missing nothing. Hold on. Okay. 17 through 29, denied. Defendant asserts that all transactions were conducted under lawful and voluntary contractual agreements with full disclosure of potential risks, and that plaintiffs acknowledged such risks in writing and or through electronic acceptance. Defendant denies operating any Ponzi scheme or engaging in any unlawful activity. 30 through 42, the response is count 1, actual fraud. He's denying it. Defendant asserts that plaintiffs cannot establish the elements of fraud, including misrepresentation, scienter, I don't know what that means, reliance, or damages outside the contractual terms. Plaintiffs' claims are barred by the existence of binding contractual agreements, assumption of risk, waiver, and consent. And count 2, 43 through 49, constructive fraud. is denied. Defendant owed no legal or fiduciary duty beyond the express contractual terms. Any alleged losses are attributable to market risks and investment favors disclosed to plaintiffs in advance. 50 through 56, count 3, money had and received is denied. All funds received were pursuant to valid and enforceable contracts with the understanding that returns were contingent on market performance or other agreed upon conditions. Plaintiffs received the benefit of their bargain under said agreements. 57 through 75, count 4, Georgia RICO Act, denied. Defendant has engaged in no pattern of racketeering activity, predicate acts, or violations of this code. Plaintiffs failed to allege facts sufficient to establish the existence of a criminal enterprise or any racketeering schemes. Affirmative defenses, okay? Without waiving the above denials, defendant asserts the following defenses: contractual bar. Any transactions were governed by valid contracts which plaintiffs freely entered into with full knowledge of the terms, disclaimers, and risks involved. So basically, he's saying, look, y'all took a chance. I never promised you anything. It is what it is. That's how I interpret that. Number 2, failure to state a claim. The complaint fails to state a claim upon which relief can be granted under Georgia law. Number 3, assumption of risks. Plaintiffs knowingly assume the risk of loss as expressly stated in the contractual agreements. Remember, you guys, this is a response to what he's being accused of, okay? This is a Christian's response that he submitted. Number 4, waiver and estoppel. I don't even know. What does that mean? Can you tell me what that? Okay. Oh, Terry said, I don't know. All right. And I know Christian don't know. Okay. This is Chat GPT.
I'm telling you, this is Chat GPT.
Yeah, okay. Can somebody in the chat just do me a favor? Look up this damn word because I don't know what it means. Okay, and I ain't got time. Estoppel. I don't know what that means. Plaintiffs waived any claims inconsistent with the terms of the agreements and are stopped from asserting them now. Hold on. Where am I? All right. What's this? Laches? How do you say this word? Laches. What does that even mean? I don't know. Okay, he's going to probably describe it. So plaintiffs unreasonably delayed bringing suit, prejudicing the defendant. Number 6, accord and satisfaction. To the extent any payments or credits have been made, such transactions constitute satisfaction of any alleged obligation. Okay, number 7, lack of proximate cause. Any alleged damages were caused by market forces, third parties, or plaintiff's own actions, not the defendant. So he said, it's your fault. This is your
Well,
fault.
here's what's funny. You say it was because the market conditions are our own fault,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But did you show proof? Did you give us a profit and loss like you keep saying that you were given? And then not only that, but Thomas, who you claimed you don't know, why does he have the same exact story as Kiki? He gave you $1,500. He never funded his account. You went on live TV and said, yes, I owe Kiki $1,500 because I didn't actually do any work for her. So if you didn't do any work for her, you didn't do any work for Thomas. Why hasn't Thomas gotten his $1,500?
Why? Yeah, why hasn't Kiki got hers, child? Anyway,
Because he don't have it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I remember Tobias saying that time that Christian was supposed to send him 500. Oh no, he asked Tobias for $500. Wasn't that it?
No, he was supposed to send. So we have, and I sent it to you. We have, after all of this, we have an agreement signed by Christian where he was promising to pay us 12,000.
Yes.
Which was just one project where we were owed $12,000 for project 200.
So he signed an agreement promising to pay us back that $12,000 for Project 200 only, nothing else that we invested in. And he sent us one Zelle of $1,000. Then he sent us another Zelle of $500, I believe it was. And then he was supposed to send another Zelle on a certain date, and he never did. And it was of $500 that he kept telling Tobias that he didn't have the money for. So, and again, this is how the FBI was able to track all of this, because I sent, like, he tells people, oh, she doesn't tell people I paid her money. You didn't give me all my money back. What you gave me was some payments. And I've said this over and over again. And how do you think the FBI was able to track your bank account? Because I sent it to them so they could see how you were sending me money.
Hold on one second. Okay, so Layes, I think is how it is pronounced. Latches. So it's like latches. That's how it's pronounced. Okay. The word latches, actually, is an equitable defense that can bar a legal claim due to an unreasonable and unexcused delay in bringing the claim, prejudicing the opposing party. Essentially, it's an equitable principle that prevents someone from pursuing a claim if they've waited too long and their delay has caused harm to the other party. So, okay, so he's saying...
So he's saying that we delayed, or the second lawsuit delayed putting a lawsuit. That doesn't make any sense, because there's no statute of limitations for somebody stealing their money.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, right here. And number 8, no fiduciary duty. Huh? Uh-oh, you breaking up, babe.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep. Wait. Oh, I lost her. She'll be back. Okay, she'll be back, child. Okay. It says no fiduciary duty. Defendant owed no fiduciary duty to plaintiffs beyond contractual obligations. Why don't I have this on the screen, child? Here, let's go here. Let's do this again. Okay. All right. Ooh, not mistaken identity, child. Okay, number 9 says mistaken identity. Can y'all hit the like button for me, please? Please, please, please hit the like button. Oh, by the way, let me say this. JMM55, thank you so much for the super sticker. I meant to say something earlier. I put it on the screen, but we were talking to Tony, and I did not say anything. But JMM55, thank you so much for the super sticker. Okay. All right. All right. But here you go. Hey, girl. Okay.
Okay, sorry. I went through a dead zone.
No, I figured.
But what I was saying is, he claims all of this stuff, and it's just, you say that we delayed, or they delayed, the second group of people delayed, but they really didn't delay, because again, we hired a real attorney. We spent big money on this real attorney. He would know the laws. He would know if we were out of a time limit, if there was a statute of limitations to this, and he wouldn't have taken on our case. Attorneys don't take on cases just to take people's money. They're not you, Christian.
I agree. Hold on, I just got another document I want to probably read. Hold on. Oh, you sent me. Okay, yeah. Hold on, because I want to get this. Kiki, thank you, my love, for the Cash App. Let me also thank Queen Black. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I'm sorry, Queen. Thank you so much. Let's see. There was one more. I don't want to say your whole name. I'm just gonna say Alicia. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you. Okay, for the Cash App. Okay, so let's get into this. Oh, wait, the document. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, y'all. So sorry. Just one more minute. One more minute. I just want to get this up so we have it. Okay. So let's get into this number 9, mistaken identity. My behind. I ain't even ready yet. That just sounds crazy. Okay, number 9, mistaken identity and no relationship. Defendant has never met or entered into any contractual or financial arrangement with plaintiff Thomas Lawson. He says he don't know him. He doing a Mariah Carey. I don't know her. I don't know him. How's that work?
How did Thomas send $1,500 Cash App to the same exact Cash App I was sending money to? Because I've seen it with my own eyes.
That's crazy.
Same exact Cash App, no different. Not only that, but I saw the text message where Christian told Thomas, he said, Thomas, I filed a restraining order against you. How do you file a restraining order against somebody you don't know?
Right. How do you do that? That's weird. I mean, I guess you could do it. I guess if someone was actually doing something to you, it might be a stranger might do that. But this is very specific. We're talking about actual transactions that can be proved happened. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So how do you say you don't know the person? So anyway, work in progress just said Christina Walden Gold, Rico Williams. She's added Williams because there's another case we follow, and there's so many similarities. I can tell you how to win your case. Pay them their damn money. See, problem solved. Okay. Thank you.
So I will tell you this. A little birdie told me, and I don't know how true it is. I personally believe it's 100% true. But a birdie told me that there are issues going on with non-payment of their wedding. And I
The
can
wedding
say
in Paris. The wedding in
yes,
Paris.
the wedding in Paris. And what I was told, the unpaid balance is $50,000. I was told that the planner has been reaching out to Christian, has gone to hell and ice and everything else to try to find them to get the payment. And Christian has basically blocked them on all levels. They decided to reach out to Jennifer, and she basically said, hey, that's his debt, not mine. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I stand corrected. Work in progress said no. I called him Williams because he acts like he the wife, not the husband. I ain't say that. I ain't say that, Christian. That's what these people have said in this chat, y'all. Okay. What you say? She said he had to pay that $250,000 restitution.
It
Right.
wasn't 250. It was
Well,
12,500.
but he's saying there
And
was a separate claim for 250 for the hospital or medical.
no. It's all in the transcripts because the original restitution was around 6,000, and that's because they didn't have the hospital bills.
Wow.
So they moved it up once they started getting the hospital expenses, and she had medical insurance at the time, so insurance paid a lot of it as well. This is all in the transcripts. So there was never a $250,000 thing. And my speculation is, and again, this is just an opinion, I don't know. I believe at the time he was trying to get that $250,000 was right around the same time we were all supposed to get paid out our money. I believe he spent the money. I believe that the money was never traded. And I believe he was going to come back and say, hey, I lost all your guys' money. So what I'm going to do is give you your initial investment. He took about a total of, I mean, some people, I don't even know what some people gave him. I can't say. But I'm assuming with the way that he was presenting the projects, it was $250,000 that would have been given back to people of their initial investments.
So your
And
thought,
that's what I think happened.
to make sure I understood you correctly, your thought is he collected these fees from people. And then some people actually funded their accounts. And then he used all of that money possibly to trade. But you're alleging, you're alleging that you believe that he took that money and was just going to give you your initial fee or the investment, the fee, right? The fee.
Right. So again, he had so many different platforms going on. So you never really know who gave what. But what I do know is the projects that I was in, that a lot of these people were in these projects. There was so many different projects. They all equaled up to about $250,000 because there was $100 spots. There were 250 or 2,500 spots. So that would have equaled 250 grand. So that's where I believe, again, this is just a thought. I don't know. I believe he was going to try to get 250 grand out, say it was for, because again, you saw the text messages when we did our last interview why is this all conveniently matching up to our shit?
Yeah.
He
Now
called
here's
them
the thing.
out.
Remember when you said, and I just want to clear this up too. We talked, you said that he was giving you updates as to how much money was in this fund or whatever after everyone's fees and all that. So, but you did not see it like in an actual an account. He like just kind of. How do we know that that money actually was there? You're breaking up again.
We don't know. There's no way to know. We don't know.
Okay. But you did say that the amount that he suggested was available suddenly decreased by $250,000. Is that correct? Or am I missing?
Exactly. Yep. Okay. Yep. You're right.
Okay. So he says, prayer for relief, wherefore defendant respectfully requests that the court, Oh, you okay? You want to?
Sorry. No, I think I might be lagging a little bit.
Okay. You're good now.
I was just saying that, you know, we never knew. Like we saw in a Telegram chat that there were balances that he wrote out like a text message. We never actually saw a profit loss statement, not from a brokerage. We never saw anything actually go into an account and be traded. We never saw that.
Yeah. So that's fishy. How did you, so let me ask you this. Why didn't you guys press then to see?
We did.
Like, I would want to see my money. Like,
we did.
You did.
We did. And several times. Times.
So when he would come back and tell you what was in the account, was it like a letter form that he just drafted?
No,
what did he do?
It was literally a text message in Telegram. So like if I would request or Tobias would request something, we'd say, hey, we want to see the profit loss sheets. He wouldn't send it to us privately. He would send it in the group chat so that everybody involved could see what it was. So he knew that obviously by his actions, more than one person was asking for the same thing. Because again, why are you dropping it in a group chat? We're all asking for profit. He finally sent us supposedly some profit and loss statements. Supposedly he finally sent them. I want to say it was the end of last year, but they were not profit and loss statements. What they were was a MetaTrader account that shows that money was being traded. In a MetaTrader account, you can create what we call a demo account, a dummy account.
Yeah.
And you can trade money to practice on the dummy account.
And that's the account that I was suggesting that possibly, Jen, how do you know that what you were looking at was real? But see, here's the thing. And Jen, I ain't say this. I'm just trying to think critically here. I don't understand why Jen doesn't believe, or like Thomas said earlier, Thomas said he thinks she's fully aware and a part of the problem.
Well, now that I heard the comment that she made to the wedding coordinator, I believe she's 5,000% aware.
What'd she say to the wedding coordinator? What'd she say?
She told them that was Christian's debt.
That's what you were talking about when she said that?
And she said, even if I had the money, I'm not paying it because that's Christian's debt.
So she was talking about the wedding. I missed that part. I didn't realize you were talking about the wedding.
The wedding. The wedding. There is a 50,000. There's a 50,000 unpaid balance. And I'm sorry, I've been married. I had a $60,000 wedding. And I will say this. When you get married, it's the bride's parents, it's the bride's family's responsibility to pay for the wedding. Now, I will say this.
She doesn't have a real relationship with her family, though, right?
And
or her mother's passed away. Her dad's a little strange.
And I don't have a relationship with my own father either, because my own father is a drunk. And I just don't vibe with that. And so I don't have a relationship with my own father either, but I will tell you this, I paid for half that $30,000 or $60,000 wedding I had. That came out of my own pocket, and my husband paid the other half. Ain't no wedding coordinator or wedding anybody running around saying we owe them money, and we just some regular folk.
So she's suggesting too that Christian signed every contract that was made, and not her. Because I just find that hard to believe. She has to understand that her debt is his debt is her debt, her debt is his debt. Now they are married.
Well, again, you're running all over. You're running all over Paris. You're running all over Paris for his birthday, doing all these extravagant things, yet you owe a wedding planner in Paris money that you didn't pay for. I mean, it's just shocking to me.
I heard her say on something that she has a wonderful, this was prior to the wedding. And I want to say, I don't know where I heard that. Did I hear that on the show or something? But I remember
it was the show that she had shown the wedding coordinator on it. Yeah.
Exactly. She said, I have a wonderful wedding coordinator that I'm working with in Paris. So are you saying that this coordinator is a Paris resident, not a U.S. resident?
As far as I know, they live in Paris because
they ain't getting paid. They ain't getting paid.
I know. I know. I know that when they were back for Christian's birthday or whatever, the person was looking for them.
Hold on. That's what I was about to say. Work in progress. That's what I was about to say. If he signed all those contracts but wait a minute. That's right. Because they really weren't married for months after Paris.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Not legally married because they couldn't legally get married. So work in progress said, I said that, but technically that debt was accrued before they legally said I do. So it's his debt or hers. Yeah, it would depend. To me, I would think it'd be interesting if she didn't sign not one contract for the wedding. Like if she signed anything like for a deposit or for the cake or for whatever, I would think that her name would be associated with that and she too would be held liable. But if all that shit happened in Paris, child, they how they gonna get that money? Poor thing. Them folks in Paris, how they gonna get their money?
I honestly, I don't think they'll ever get their money, and I think they're just chalking it up to the game, to tell you the truth. I think they're just going to just sit back and say, you know, we know that we're not going to do certain things in certain ways anymore. But I do know, like, for example, with my wedding, where I had my wedding and I had my wedding in a castle, my wedding had to be paid in full 60 days prior to my actual wedding date, or else my wedding would be canceled. And my wedding was on a payment plan for a year, and I paid $60,000 off in that year to make sure my wedding happened.
Who was that was saying work in progress was saying they have to sue also. Yeah, but I'm just wondering, they're in a whole nother country. Like, that is so hard. Sometimes they would have to come here specifically to file that lawsuit. And I don't even know how that works. If you're not a U.S., I mean, it may not make a difference. They probably could come over here and sue, but I bet that would be that would add more hardship, you know, having to come back and forth and fight this case or whatever. I don't know, just
And I
interesting.
don't even know how that would be done because it's overseas.
That's
So,
what I'm saying. They
I
would have
mean,
to come here. I just don't know.
I
I
feel
don't
like
know
the
how that works.
FBI would have to be involved for that to happen. That's what I
Mm,
mean, but I don't know. I don't know, but I
I
mean,
don't know either.
the F I mean, the FBI usually does things overseas, so I would feel like they would have to be involved for that to happen. And who knows? Again, they're tracking their bank accounts. So maybe the FBI already knows about this. Maybe they already spoke to the wedding planner.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I know allegedly that when Diddy was going through his prior to, you know, Diddy getting arrested, they had gone over, the FBI went overseas allegedly to like London, because there was some thought that things were going on there. And so, yeah, the FBI goes and they talk to folks, they interview folks. And yeah, you're right. And I used to work on cruise ships. I talk about this all the time. And so most of the time we were in obviously international waters. But if something were to happen to a US resident on that ship and we were in Europe, FBI would get involved in that, you know. So you make a good point. So, prayer for relief. He says, wherefore, defendant respectfully requests that the court A, dismiss plaintiff's complaint in its entirety with prejudice. B, enter judgment in favor of defendant on all counts. C, award defendant costs of litigation, including reasonable attorney's fees. And D, grant such other relief as court deems just and proper. Respectfully submitted. He working his ass off on August 11th. The other one was August 8th, child, 2025. That chat GPT did that. Okay. It also is signed Christian Wald go, or I don't know what this is, but Christian Gold signed it. Pro se defendant.
So how are you going to ask for attorney fees, Christian, if you're representing yourself? I want to know what attorney fees you're asking for.
Child.
No, you should be asking for filing fees. Let me correct you, since you don't know what you're doing. And your filing fee probably wasn't anything. It was probably $100.
Let me ask you this. You and I talked, and during the time of your loss, again, I'm so sorry about that. I have prayed for you and Tobias. I know that this can't be, you know, easy. You're still dealing with the stress that you feel possibly attributed to that loss. There was some things that transpired prior to that. You said you had some correspondence with was it Lauren's kids?
It was all it was all of us, basically Lauren's kids, you know, doing their little comments on, you know, our group collective page that we have on Instagram. And just Lauren, really. I mean, again, you know, I probably go through a lot more stress than anybody else that's involved in this, because again, I'm having to do a lot of the administrative work. I'm doing a lot of the, you know, gathering victims. I'm anytime there's a question, it comes to me. It doesn't go directly to the attorney. It doesn't go to anybody else. It's me. I'm dealing with all of it. Lauren says something bad, I'm getting the screenshots. Her kids say something bad. You know, it's always me that is like, hey, you know, getting tagged doing things like that. And again, my husband knows. And I had expressed this to you when we first talked. And I had told you, you know, I had just found out that I was pregnant at that time.
Yeah.
And I had said, you know,
you didn't tell me not to say anything, but I wasn't going to say anything if you didn't
right,
say anything.
right, exactly. And, you know, I knew that just honestly, hearing Christian's name makes my blood pressure go up. It makes me want to start air punching the air, you know, everything, just because he is, and I'm just going to say it, he's the worst human being I've ever met on earth. Honestly, he is. He's horrible. I've never met somebody who, and again, they call it a narcissist, but I've never met someone who has no accountability for their actions. They believe that they absolutely did nothing wrong. They're always the victim. Again, you're the victim. You're mentally distressed because people are suing you. You're mentally distressed on your own. You caused this. Nobody else caused this for you. You
So
did.
you think he's really stressed? I mean, I guess I would be if I thought the FBI was looking for me and y'all accusing me of shit, and then you're going on different platforms. You know, people are talking about it. They like to say that, you know, everybody's clout chasing, but
I mean, if you're mentally distressed, why are you posting subliminals to your victims on Instagram and your stories? Because I have screenshotted all of those. If you're mentally distressed, why are you basically you're basically publicly shaming the Black community because you say we don't know how to invest, when one of your investors, who's also your mother's neighbor, who was white, said that the FBI called her. She says she didn't get paid. She's white.
and she's the one that gave how much? 60,000 or something?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how much this woman gave because she's not a part of the lawsuit.
Okay.
Because from what I'm told, this white woman is best friends with his mother. So I've never talked to her a day in my life, but I know the FBI talked to her. So I know that was, you know, I know that she spoke with the FBI. Again, this is a white person that 110% told the FBI, you scammed them. She said, I got scammed. I was not a part, because the FBI asked her, were you an accomplice or did you get scammed? And she said, I got scammed. So, you know, you've got people who haven't even came out and said anything, but they all got scammed. So you created this mess. And yet you are saying that you're mentally distraught, or whatever word that he used, over this. And, you know, you created those issues for yourself.
Yeah. Here, there's one other document. Kiki sent me a document just a bit ago.
What's funny is he said, he's saying all these mental issues, but didn't he just say that he got didn't he just publish a mental health AI system to help people with mental issues?
Did he publish? It's up and running?
He has a crowdfunding thing where he's trying to get people to invest in mental health AI. He wants to have an AI system that is on call 24/7, that people can just call in and talk to and tell this AI system their problems. I'm sorry, but if Christian Walden Gold is behind that, I'm not telling them nothing.
Okay, so I'm read what Kiki was saying, that he's accusing you guys of delaying and suing, right? And so she sent me a letter to prove that the dates matter. She said this was December 11th, 2024. It says investment reimbursement and release of claims. Do this one. I hope this message finds you well. As discussed, this letter serves as formal confirmation of the reimbursement agreement regarding your investment. Hold on, let me make that bigger for y'all. Okay. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay. So it says the amount of $1,500 is to be returned to you no later than close of year 2024, so that we can fully close out this agreement as you paid the initiation/service fee to invest, but never made the initial investment into your trade account. Please review the following details of our agreement. Number one, reimbursement amount. A total of $1,500 will be reimbursed to you to settle the investment fee for services. Number two, payment method. The reimbursement will be executed via CashApp the same way it was instructed to initially pay. Number three, release of claims. By signing this letter, both parties affirm that this reimbursement serves as full and final settlement. This signifies that you agree to release any claims or liabilities related to this investment. Upon receipt of your signed release, the reimbursement process will be initiated. Please feel free to reach out to me directly at this number or at wealth@goldreservefund.com should you have any further questions or require additional information. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding. We value your association and are committed to ensuring a seamless resolution. We kindly request both parties to sign below as an acknowledgement of this agreement. Sincerely, Christian Walden Gold, and this is an acknowledgement and agreement. It was signed by Kiki on December 13th, 2024, and it was signed by Christian. Looks like a electronic, because at first I thought it was handwritten, but it's not. It's an electronic signature for him, and that was on December 11th, 2024. Okay. All right. Let me stop sharing that. Okay. Well, there you go. So, you got any final words, Alteria? Where's Tobias at?
He's at work.
Okay.
So,
all right.
It's all, honestly, it's just a shame. It's a shame that Christian doesn't take accountability. It's a shame that you've got Auntie Lauren, who I don't know what she's feeding off of. I don't know. It's the whole, he's got a team of attorneys. Justice will prevail.
She said, you see, he's quiet. She said, you see how Christian is real quiet? Because he's doing things, he's moving in silence. He got his team of attorneys handling this stuff.
Tobias must have had his ears burning.
Uh-oh.
Hello, I'm on with VLenore.
Hi, Tobias.
He said he couldn't have finished all of it, but he says hello.
Hi. Okay.
All right, I gotta go, babe. No, they didn't. It's still outside. Okay.
All right.
We bought one of our teenagers a electric car. So she lives in Colorado with her mom. And so he just called to see if the tow truck came so we can ship it to Colorado. So
nice.
Yeah. So, it's funny that she says that he's quiet. So this is why I think he was quiet for the amount of time he was being quiet. I feel like he decided to go in some library and try to read some laws so he could try to figure out how he was gonna respond to this or take care of it. Because again, you're defending yourself, Christian. You don't have any attorneys. And by the way, you're behind 3 months in child support.
I forgot to mention that. Another thing Lauren said was that he had paid his
child
first
support on
payment and
time.
paid
No,
it early.
no. The July 15th
I
was
heard
not
her
paid.
say it all 10
Or,
years.
I mean, the June 15th wasn't paid. July 1st wasn't paid. August 1st wasn't paid. You ain't paid your child support. And those that have had child support on them know what's next. You get your license suspended, your passport, you love to travel. You might want to pay up. Start paying what you're, I mean, golly. It's just crazy. You say you're worth $6 million.
He said 5. He corrected it. He corrected it. It's not 6, it's 5. Okay.
I don't give a damn if it's $1 million. Pay your debts. I don't give a damn if it's $100,000. My husband and I ain't even worth that. But guess what? He pays his child support. He ain't got nobody asking about child support on him. He takes care of his kids. When he tells his kids he's going to do something, it's done.
Work in progress. She said, actually, with him being on probation, not paying his child support could be a violation if they wanted to push it. He's off probation.
He's not off probation. He's on unsupervised probation. Unsupervised just means that he does not have to go in once a month, take a drug test, do all of that stuff. He doesn't have to check in.
Yeah.
So he's on unsupervised until August 25th. So he's got 9 days left.
And they let him go out the country and stuff like this. I wonder, I mean,
so his unsupervised probation thing, because I pulled it and read it again because I was like, well, wait a minute. It says that he can go outside of the state of Atlanta without permission, as long as he gives the judge notice, number 1, and number 2, he has to prove that it's for work. I didn't see anything about out of country.
Yeah. I mean, you can get permission. I just think that's interesting that they give him so much permission, to be quite honest.
I honestly, and I feel,
and let me say this, I have been on unsupervised supervision. I could travel, I could go anywhere I wanted to. I couldn't leave this country though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Without calling and get permission. I could leave. Don't get me wrong. It's not that they wouldn't give you permission, but you just can't go without permission. And didn't he get in trouble for doing that when they were planning the wedding?
Right. But he was on supervised during that time.
And still he went without permission.
Right. Exactly. He still went without permission. I feel like they got some judges and some probation officers in their pockets. That's what I feel like.
How though? If they don't have,
well, how in the world is he getting away with everything that any regular U.S. citizen can't get? I mean, we can't get away with that. We can't go fly across country on probation. So how can he? How is he not getting in trouble?
Yeah. Cynthia A says she can get a warrant for his arrest for non-payment of child support.
So what I was told is there's already in works from Department of Human Services, a garnishment is in works, and it should show up in the court records here in a few weeks.
How are you going to garnish somebody who doesn't have a job?
So I can't. I know for a fact that when it comes to child support, and this is just from experience and having a husband who has owed child support before, you know, I do know that when, again, because I always tell our story and I let people know that during this time that we were doing all this crap with Christian, my husband had lost his job for a year. He had no job for a year. When he got all of his back pay from unemployment, which was about 6 months worth of back pay, child support came and dinged his entire bank account and sucked every penny that was in his bank account. Thousands and thousands of dollars. So I know they can attach to a bank account. It doesn't have to be necessarily a job. But like I said the same thing. I said, why are they going to send a garnishment to a place that he doesn't, because again, he proved that he supposedly worked for whatever network that puts on Basketball Wives. So again, how are they going to send a garnishment to a place where the season's already over? Nobody's getting paid for that because it's not even airing. So you're a day late and $1 short. But it doesn't mean that they can't attach to his bank account for sure. But I believe Work in Progress said they can also have Jen pay for it because they're married. I don't know, because again, with my husband, they couldn't make me pay nothing unless we had a joint bank account. So if they got a joint bank account, yes, Jen's money is going to get snatched, but he didn't provide everything that they asked for in the child support order anyways. They wanted to know his business ventures. They wanted to know everybody he was connected with. And he refused to give it. He would only give a bank statement.
Lord have mercy. All right. Well, Alteria, do you have any final thoughts?
This is all sad. Honestly, it's sad. It's redundant. It's again, I just wish Christian would take responsibility. I wish Jen would stop hiding and acting like she doesn't. I 5,000% believe that she knows what's going on. I feel like a lot of people are calling her phone saying, hey, you know, this man owes this. And I think she's just getting sick and tired of hearing it, which is why she told the person that did the wedding. She said, look, that's not my debt. I'm not paying it. I mean, it sounds to me like you're tired of people calling your phone for Christian's debt. I think you now know that you married somebody that's broke. And, you know, you're in some trouble. So you feel like you want to start backing out and saying, hey, I don't have nothing to do with it. But you really have everything to do with it. You gave this man a platform to go scam people. You put him on national television and people started going towards him. And people started, you know, giving this man money. He used, and he still to this day, I'm married. I mean, when he did his whole, I think it was the probation violation where he walked in and he's like, oh, I'm married to Jennifer Williams. Jennifer, please stand up. And everybody in the courtroom see my wife. Like, you use her as a staple for you to have some type of status. Like, oh, I'm married to Jennifer Williams. As far as I'm concerned, Jennifer ain't that big of a celebrity. She ain't. And I'll be honest, to think she ain't got no money either.
Honestly, I feel like this is the most I've heard people talk about Jen. And unfortunately, it is because of negativity associated with her husband. And that's unfortunate, you know. That's unfortunate. And she was on that show for several years, you know, off and on. But, you know, the majority of the time she's been working and associated with Basketball Wives. But the most that people have talked about her individually is now.
Yeah. You're right.
Alteria, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for all that you do. And I'm so sorry again for your loss. You are in my prayers.
Thank you.
And just give Tobias my regards, okay?
I will.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot. Look, we're going to come back for another live. Maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow. Because Auntie Lauren has some things to say about me and to me, child. So we need to go listen and react, honey. So there's that. What y'all saying in the chat? Oh, let me just say this. Ton, if I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So Ton said, you went to prison or was on probation? What did you do, VLenore, if you don't mind me asking? I put in the chat a link to a TED Talk that I did where I discuss what happened. It was 17 years ago. And I tell the whole story, but basically, I added my name, or someone added my name with my permission, okay, to a insurance claim that was not mine. I did not go to prison. I was on probation. And because the offense happened in the state of Florida, they had some, because I had never been in trouble before, and so that was taken into consideration. They also took into consideration, what really happened. And, so at the end of the day, I was granted probation, and restitution is what I was sentenced to. And I was what they call the final disposition, that my adjudication was withheld. So I was not adjudicated guilty because I completed my shut up, work in progress. What was I saying? Oh, so as long as you complete all of your requirements made by the state, then they have something that's called adjudication withheld. So I was not adjudicated guilty, which means I wasn't convicted of the felony. So I don't have a conviction. Praise God for that. Okay. So I committed a crime, and by God's grace, I am here. On the other side, I did a TED Talk about it. Check it out. It's only 11 minutes. Okay. And I've worked in the field for several years. So that's my story. And there's more to it that I'm going to be sharing coming soon. All right. Shut up, work in progress. Yeah, the people want to put me in prison. Child, they swear I was in prison and I'm a felon, but God's grace said, no, I'm not. But I'll tell you something. There are, as Kiki mentioned earlier, I remember, let me tell y'all this real quick. I got a story. I always got a story, right? So when I was first sentenced, to restitution and probation, I went to see my probation officer. So for the first 2 years, I had to, go in every 90 days and just have a meeting, right? I didn't have to do drug testing. I could drink, I could travel. I just had to check in, every 3 months. That went on for like 2 years, right? And the first day I went into the meeting with the probation officer, I was a mess, honey. I was shame just covered me from head to toe. I was so ashamed of being in that situation. And so I walked into that meeting and I was visibly shaken by it. I had a really great probation officer, and it was, Black woman about my age. And she said, "Why are you so upset?" I said, "Because I committed a crime." Trouble before. This is so humiliating. And oh Jesus. I was so embarrassed and ashamed and just a mess. And she said to me exactly what Kiki said earlier. She said, "Let me tell you something. I don't want to get emotional. Because when I tell y'all, that shit fucked me up mentally. I was so ashamed." And she said to me, she said, "Baby," she said, "let me tell you something." She said, "I am just one bad decision away from being in that seat." She said, "We all are." And that is true. And also, as Kiki stated, there are a whole lot of motherfuckers out here who have done things they were not supposed to do. There are a lot of motherfuckers out here that done some shit that if they had been caught, they would have also faced the justice system. one way or the other. And it's by God's grace that they didn't. So I say all that to say, I don't have judgment towards people who have made mistakes, and then they've tried to resolve those mistakes. They've taken accountability for those mistakes, and they try to make good on what they did, you know? And so that's why, you know, when I see something like this, where Christian, it is my opinion, okay? I don't know everything. I was not there. But even the story that or the narrative that is told about how he landed in prison, it just feels like an incomplete story. And it feels like on this side of it, the story still doesn't add up for me. And if it does, and that's just my opinion, okay? It's just my opinion. I don't know that to be the case. I can be completely wrong, okay? Let's be very clear. I can be completely wrong, but it does not feel like he has taken accountability for the whole situation. And right now he's not taking accountability for his children. And he's telling us stories like, you know, an order is in place, and he's got, you know, he's going to pay his child support. And I mean, he just said all kinds of things, and he's not making good on that. And that's the problem. Alteria, did you need me? You want to come up? You want to come up? Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure. So I just say all that to say, I just say all that to say, I want to be fair with him, but he's just not taking any accountability, and he's telling me things that aren't adding up. He told me things that were actually lies, and it's been proven with his own words, and that has been concerning to me. So, you know, I'm nosy, so I'm interviewing folks. Okay, don't be mad at me. Don't hate the player, hate the game. All right, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to get out of here. So thank you to everybody. I want to thank Tony Keys. I want to thank Kiki. I want to thank Alteria. And I want to thank all of you for being here, listening, and getting to the bottom of the story. We got more to tell. Thomas sent me the damn police reports. I just glanced at it, and child, it's messy. So we're going to come back with that, and we need to come back too and talk about Auntie and her words for me. All right. Thank you to everybody who Cash App, to Super Chatted. Thank you to the moderator. Did we have moderators? Yeah, Fedora was in here. Oh, yeah. Okay. A lady 747. She hung in there with me. Okay. It's Saturday. I know people got things to do. I want to thank all of you in the chat. And I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. All right. And remember, all this shit that was said today over here on this damn platform, it's all alleged. I wasn't there. All right. Don't come for me. All right. I'll see y'all later. I love y'all. Smooches. Mwah.